Don't let me forget to bring that hard drive when I come see you next, Sam.
I will try to remember.
The only way that could have been better.
Who are we missing?
Derek, Flo, Jacob, Alex.
That's a thought. What the fuck?
Oh dear God.
Oh my god. What's not?
One, two, three, four, five. We just need two more. Two more.
Indeed.
Oh, man. I don't think I wrote up a summary for last one. Did I? No, I didn't. Okay. Short little summary.
Look at Coobs, she's so majestic.
Majestic cubes. One, two, three, four, five, six. Alright, we're just missing Jacob. Where'd Jacob go?
Gone with the wind? I don't know.
Dancing with wolves? I sent him a message. So, Alex.
So, Tristan.
Wednesday, huh?
Yeah, that Wednesday.
Fate will be decided.
Yeah.
What's it gonna be?
Depends on what teams decide to show up.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
What do you mean by that? I guess I'm confused.
Like what Blues team shows up and what Bruins team decides to show up.
There's more than one.
Like, will they actually play stability or will they suck it up?
I did like seeing that the U.S. women's football team broke a record by scoring 13 points against Thailand today, which is wonderful.
That is wonderful.
Goals.
It's a lot of goals.
It's a horrifying number.
And one of them scored 5 of those goals, which tied a record.
Okay.
But yeah, Tristan, I mean, I can join in the podcast. You'll just be hearing basically a live play-by-play of Easy.
That's why I put that heads up in the chat. I figured you'd be busy.
Like I said, I could do it. It's just I'm gonna have the game on, and if something happens, I'm going to go or pissed off. Go nuts.
Ballistic.
Where the hell is Jacob? I sent him a message. I'm upset. So, Raiken, remind me what happened last game.
Last game, like what game are you talking about?
D&D.
Last game in D&D, we each got our items attuned and found out the curses, with the belt being the worst one.
Who's got the belt?
Someone that's name starts with Rai and ends with Ken.
I didn't know that Ryukin was in this team.
And then, Raiken Miracle pulled out his father's skills. Got Vendar to apologize to Leah, and Leah to for now. So that was pretty awesome. Now we're gonna start resting.
Sleep is good for the body.
Sleep is good for the health and making sure all the healths come back.
Now, I've never used up all of my hit dice on D&D Beyond, so I'll be interested to see if clicking the Get Full Rest button gives you back half of them.
Yeah, we'll find out, because I've used all mine.
You're not the only one.
I used all but one. I could have gotten away with using, like, only half. But I did not know that and did not want to take the chance.
But yeah, it'd be nice to get all my spell slots back, too.
I have so few left. I have exactly 2.
I think I have 2 or 3.
I mean, technically, I could make more. I could have, like, 5, but
Making spell slots. Making bacon pancakes.
Pancakes, making bacon pancakes.
Bacon pancakes.
I'm gonna go drink real quick.
Alright. Well, I guess I'm just going to have to roll. In 2 minutes, we'll just start without Jacob, and hopefully he catches up. Still no Jacob. Jacob! What the
Echo.
hell?
Let's see, I have... Yep, 2 spell slots left. I'm just so glad that I leveled up before this so that I can get an extra prepared spell so I don't have to like get rid of one.
The wizard had a magical staff that could command the attention of any dog. Well, it was more of a stick. Any stick, really.
Any stick will do. The biggest you have.
Oh, Tristan, did you read my journals?
Totally.
I take that as a no.
I need to be informed when people write in journals because I don't
Say
get...
it. When the last session I said, hey, before this, just in case, so you can give me the experience.
Alright, hang on. Give me something to do for a minute.
I did 3 so that it would be enough experience since they're early ones, so they won't count for much.
Yeah, they're, the EXP is, based on the date about which the journal is written.
Yeah, so I figured they were probably going to be like 25 experience ones, so I did 3 of them, so I get 75.
Alright, let me see here. Oh my god! Apparently I haven't accessed it recently enough. I have to go through this. Let's see here. Ukikaze. Raiken. There's Raiken. Well, that's nice. It doesn't just pop up the URL anymore. It actually says the name of the document now. Entry 5. Entry 6. Entry 7. Entry 8. 9, 10, 11. Okay. I forgot you took Hoot Hoot with you.
Yeah, that's how 5 Raiken was. We still have Hoot Hoot.
Yep.
Cade.
I miss her too.
Hoot Hoot was just a snarky owl.
But he was the best snarky owl.
I like that it was too disinterested to do counting. How many are over there? A lot? I don't know. You want me to count them? A lot.
It's just a lot.
I was very unhappy about its name.
It was the best name.
Hey, it's Jacob.
Jacob.
I'm here, yes.
How you doing,
Hello.
Jacob?
I like what Hoot was that the spelling changed every single week.
Yeah, he was trying to find as many of those, you know, little accents he could put on it as possible. It needed more umlauts.
The brackets in place of O's. The zeros in place of O's.
Oh, good. Alright, I will get to reading the rest of these later. I read that one. I take it that's what you need for a level there, Alex. You were 75 short.
Yeah, except I did reach the level already, so it was like more like a just in case.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember who leveled up last time. Alright, here we go.
So,
So.
75.
Welcome back. This might be the last one I do from this apartment. I need to see how the dates work out for next week.
Dun dun.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll probably have had to take down my computer by then. Okay. You are in the first room again, where you first entered the dungeon with the stone wall you created. Laramendas has created his tiny hut to encapsulate the lot of you. And you are laying down for a rest, having gone about your different pre-resting things, whether that is taking off armor or writing in journals or what have you. You can see that Raiken is pulling out a book that nobody really recognizes and thoughtfully writing in it for a little while. And time
He knows how
begins...
to write?
Yeah, apparently. So are people doing watches, or are you trying to make this just a straight 8-hour thing and let everyone just sleep through?
I say we probably do watches. Seems like the sensible thing.
Watches seem like a good idea, but I'm leaving with someone better suited for the job.
I thought we discussed doing watches, or because I voted for first watch, or no, was it last watch? Whenever I had to be up for Laramendas.
You're not
Well,
taking a
that's
watch if
true.
you're coming with me.
Okay.
You're leaving. There is no. You're not keeping watch on them.
Okay.
In the outside.
Then that.
You're keeping watch over me, but
That then for me.
I can take a last watch.
Raiken will take second watch.
Okay.
I can take third watch.
Okay.
Because that way I'll have 4 hours, 2 hours watching in the last 2 hours when I need to go and do my stuff.
Okay. Well then, member of First Watch, please roll me a perception check.
My god, that's so many rolls.
That was me emptying my dice bag. So that I could have access to my dice.
Who has first watch?
I don't know.
That's what I was wondering, because I'm like, I don't think I heard anybody say that they had first watch.
Then Vendor will take first watch.
Okay, then roll me some perception checks. Roll me 2.
Alright, so 27 and 25.
Okay. For 2 hours, you wait and move about inside the hut, looking out through its transparent wall. Everything seems quiet. The Enolians continue to pat around and scratch in the sand, and after a while they lay down and go to sleep. Besides that, nothing seems to happen. 2 hours pass, and it's the next person.
Which is Raiken. 2 more. Let's see, what is that? Perception. 14 for the first one. 17 for the second one.
14 for the first and 17 for the second. Right. Nothing happens for the first hour. Everybody is just sleeping around you with the exception of Laramendus, who's trancing. You can see the Enolians outside of the hut every now and then will move a leg here or there. You notice that Kubriel stalks around the room a bit, swinging her head before laying down, getting up and doing it some more. She seems a bit restless, but keeps trying to find a comfortable spot. In the second hour, Kubriel has been laying down for, say, 30 minutes at this point. You do notice that her ears suddenly perk up and seem to radar rhythmically. After a while of her laying there but watching her, you can see that her ears twitch every now and again. You begin to hear a thump or a thrum. Just a bump. Bump.
Okay.
Bump. Ominous, like a heartbeat, but very quiet, as of distant drums.
Okay. I'm going to ask Kubriel that for telepathy.
Okay. I just heard that, but I don't know what that is.
I said I was gonna ask her through telepathy if she's hearing that.
When you telepath to her, she rolls bodily onto her side, her legs stretch out next to her, and she groans in your head and says, I don't know, something moving somewhere, thumping. What about it?
So you can't pinpoint it. It's just side here.
If we're hearing thumping, it's probably on stone. As we wouldn't be hearing it transmit through the sand.
That's true. Well, we'll just ear out.
Didn't you say you saw... What?
You don't even need to sleep.
I like to sleep.
Oh my gosh.
Look, you said you saw weird automatic doors or some kind of machine out there. Maybe it's that. Maybe somebody's firing those guns.
Well, we need to be careful.
I'm carefully sleeping over here.
Oh my gosh.
I will sleep more carefully. She rolls over so that your back is now facing you.
Like in face palms and just continues to watch.
Okay. By the end of your watch, the rhythmic thumping has grown a little bit in volume, but you still don't know what it is.
Okay, then I'm gonna let, is Leah third watch?
Laramentis is on third watch. I don't know if
Laramentis
anyone
third.
else was.
Okay, well then Raiken's going to ask Laramentis when they switch if he might have any idea what is making that thumping noise.
What's your passive?
14.
14. At this point, you're vaguely aware of what it seems to be a very rhythmic thumping, seems to be transmitting through the stone around you. It's very quiet, though. You almost wouldn't have noticed it if he hadn't pointed it out.
Do I have any thoughts as to its origins?
I mean, something is rhythmically banging against stone. Could be any number of things in this place. Your knowledge of rock gnomes is limited to what you've seen here, but you're aware they seem to have complicated machinery. And magitech.
That is true.
You have no idea how large this facility is, but you know you've explored a portion of it. You haven't seen anything in that portion. I get, if you're going to venture a guess, you want to venture a guess, it could be perhaps one of the automatic doors opening and closing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know that one of the doors opened when that pile of bones built up on the button for it.
Yeah. But they tended to stay open for certain amounts of time, so it seems unlikely that it's a very packed group of things if it's one of the doors. Which is not to say that it wouldn't be a lot of things. They choose to slowly wait. Bones might be being moved, I suppose, if that was the door that's doing it. Send Kyoko down to investigate, since presumably anything down there actually does know that we're here, and we are mostly safe in the hut.
Yeah, you could do that. Are you going to do that before he goes to sleep, then?
Sure.
Okay. You summon Kyoko, I believe, as an action?
Yeah.
Okay. She poofs into existence on the ground next to you and looks up to you, cocking her head to one side and then swirling her head in a circle. Yes? What do you need?
If you could fly down the stairs into the main room there, avoiding the far wall because of the trap on the door there, and let me know if there's anything going on. You don't need to spend long looking. I'm curious in the bones that are on the door to the left.
She picks at a couple feathers on her breast and then nods to you and says, "I'll look." She flaps away quickly. Where is she? Here she is. Get over here, Kyoko. Oof. And she flies through the door that you've left open here. After a few moments, is the range only 100 feet?
For telepathy, yeah, it's 100 feet.
Okay. So, after a few moments, you hear, "I do not see the source of the noise. I also do not see any bones to the left," you said. There are 3 closed doors in this room.
It would appear that the mess got cleaned up. Interesting.
Oh, goody. So something was there.
But it is no longer there. Unless it's invisible.
All right.
Sleep well.
We'll just have to be careful. Yes, thank you.
She flies the rest of the way back up to the stairs and into the dome and lands next to you and says, "There's definitely something moving down there. I hear thumping."
Did you hear a direction that it's coming from, or does it seem to be everywhere? Do you want me to roll perception for her?
Yeah, why don't you do that? She has keen senses too, right?
She does. I don't remember if it's also hearing, though.
Okay.
Let me look at owls. It might, because it might only be sight. Hearing and sight. Sweet.
Okay. So you roll with advantage.
That is 20.
A 20.
Just much nicer than the 13 she had before.
She kind of, she shakes her head a moment and said, "Straight ahead through the door with the eye over it, I think." But I don't know the layout of this place, and it's all stone, and it transmits vibrations well.
That appeared to be a major hallway that many of the rooms ended up connecting with, and continuing straight down there led into the more intimate domain of the Lich. There is a Lich.
She she sort of just stares at you for a few extra seconds and says, "I don't know. Someone is banging something large in stone, perhaps?"
We'll just have to see if it becomes louder, more frequent, or anything about it changes.
It reminds me of the footsteps of stone giants.
That's not comforting.
If she could smile.
Did you want me to make perception checks for
your watch? Yes,
the actual
please.
watch?
Yes.
First one, I'm not going to use that die because it worked poorly. Should have used that die. My passive is a 14. And then I got a 19 for the second one.
Okay. Over the course of these 2 hours, you do notice that the thumping becomes louder and more pronounced. And then around the middle of the second hour, so an hour and a half after Raiken has gone to sleep and this conversation occurred, you do distinctly hear what sounds almost like rhythmic clatter. It suddenly, the thumping seems to resolve into a rapping, almost, a tapping, to say, like someone striking sticks against stone. And it grows ever closer. After a bare few moments, this rapping becomes unmistakably the sound of approaching footsteps on the stone stairs to the north. It sounds like an army.
Right then. I'm going to wake people up.
Okay. You wake people up.
I liked sleeping.
It takes you several seconds to do so. And in those turns you spend waking people up, the dark doorway to the north here fills on either side of the automatic conveyor with skeletons.
God damn it.
With random bits of armor and weapons in hand. And they begin to file into the room and stepping carefully around your lizards, and begin to surround your dome of a tiny hut. There are dozens of them. I need a picture.
Well, that's a problem.
Oh, Tristan would do this to us.
I am sorry, that is my grandmother. I will be.
Because I am a mean person and I do not like you.
I know. You hate me.
There were skeleton warriors in RuneScape. I could use the image of those.
There's skeleton warriors in pretty much any game.
I know, but I mean, the images that they're giving me are the actual 3D models from the old game.
Skeleton warriors in Skeleton Warriors.
I bet there were.
Wow, shocking.
No way.
I used to have some of those toys.
Can't be true. So I will just thick box this area.
Was
I
it
think-
cart is inside Lima's tiny hut?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'll do that. So that blue-gray area there is going to represent the tiny hut.
That removed the color of the cart though.
It did. Sorry.
Rip cart.
What the hell just happened? Why did that change color?
Oh good lord. That's a handsome fella.
I like
Yeah.
him. He's great.
Oh, Quacko.
Feel I can use a couple
Chocolate
different. What?
What? In the butt.
What? In the butt. Okay, it just changes color when I paste these in. Fine, be that way. I don't like you anyway.
Oh, the bowman too.
Yeah, get a little variety here going.
The Bone Man. I'm here all evening.
Unfortunately. Just do it out here.
Evening. Isn't it like 1 AM for you?
All night
It
long.
is, yeah, Jesus. I forgot.
Boom. Look at these awesome guys. Boop. 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 Let's see. That's 20. You can stick all the bowmen back here.
You should make it 24, so it's exactly 2 dozen.
Well, it's 4 dozen though.
That's how many's in here?
Soon.
Eventually.
Soon. Close enough. Boop-a-doop-a-doo.
That's going to annoy me forever.
What?
The off hue yellow.
Yeah.
That's where the lizards have been peeing.
Oh no.
They're very fluid efficient. Alright. So that was 20. 20. 24, 28, 32,
Crystal.
36.
Crystal.
What?
I'm trying to read the name of the place Jebel came from.
I'm thinking. Crystal Rock, I think?
Yeah, I'm reading the character bios.
Yeah, well, they are character bios. I wish they were more detailed, but, you know, it's a start.
The Lumas, Half Elf, Warlock, Origin, blah blah blah. Doesn't say that, point out that she's a pyromaniac.
Wasn't pertinent at the time.
She has set several people and buildings on fire.
Allegedly. I only know about Raiken.
What?
She definitely set Raiken on fire.
Oh.
You talking
She
about
set
me?
the two necromancers on fire. She set her, what's it called, orphanage on fire.
No need to remind me. I can't do that anymore.
Coob's over there. Because she would have gotten up and
Left.
backed away as these things filed in. You do notice that they seem to be completely ignoring your animals. And just forming ranks around you. You didn't hear it from me, but those spell slots that you have left are probably going to come in handy.
Yes, that one spell slot left.
It's fine. Remember, you can't cast spells through the hut.
I know.
And then the pièce de résistance.
Pièce de resistance. The lich itself.
Honestly, it's not that accurate an image of what I want it to be, but it'll do. It'll be fine. Boom. So, everybody wakes up to Laramendus shaking them awake. And you notice that as he's doing so, you can hear the clatter of bones against the sandy stone, and you can see rows and ranks of skeletons bearing weapons forming up around your little campsite. And as the thumping dies down of the dozens of feet marching, as they're very regimented as they move, one final cloth-wrapped corpse enters the room holding a staff in hand and surveys the animals. You see him looking between the lizards and the tiger and the dome.
Kill that one first.
And he opens his dry mouth, and you hear an unexpectedly clear voice emit from the very obvious corpse. And says, "My master has suffered your presence in their domain long enough. You are going to surrender your bodies to our army. And you too will help us guard this place and the secrets it contains."
How about no?
What an honor.
Vendo's gonna go ahead and get his gun out and make sure Raiken gets his gun out too.
Those who have taken armor off, you're aware that you still don't have armor on.
I don't think Raiken took his armor off.
Okay.
Jebel can't take his own.
That's true. Jebel can't take his off. What
I
about?
wonders of the curse.
What about
I'm
you?
I'm going to take mine on.
Okay. There is one thing of note. Laramendis.
Mhm.
Actually, I want to ask Malachi first. Malachi. I can't hear him.
Malachi.
Yeah, he
He
just
left.
left.
What do you mean?
And he's back
again.
now. Don't forget to unmute Mal.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Where exactly were you sleeping? The cart was encompassed in this 20-foot dome, 20-foot radius dome. 10-foot radius dome, 20 feet across.
Well,
20
did I
feet
have
inside.
to be awake with Laramendis at this time? Would I be already awake?
No, this was during
He
Laramendis'
woke
watch.
everybody up.
He woke everyone up. I want to know where you were sleeping. The cart's inside. There's also room on the ground.
All of us are able to fit in the car.
Yes, except for one person.
I pimped out the cart, so I would want to have slept in it.
Okay, where in the cart?
Left side, I guess.
Okay, so up on the cushion.
Left side, when looking at it from our view.
You're right. So, like here-ish.
Yeah.
This would be the side bench. And so there's basically the benches on either side, which are cushioned, and then you carpeted the floor, and people can lay on... It's like 2 people can fit on each bench, and then 2 people on the floor, basically. Laying down. Is how it fits. So you're up on the bench?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Laramendis, as you get to Yukikaze to wake him up, you find that he is laying there with the sword gripped in his arms. What you notice is that he is laying in a puddle of blood, and it is dripping onto the floor of the wagon off of the bench. He's covered in it.
Even while it's sheathed? It's sheathed, right, Tristan?
I am going to. Does he have a pulse?
I'm gonna say this is probably why it's a curse.
You check him for a pulse. He has one.
Like faint?
No, it just seems
normal.
strong. You know, it's as strong as a sleeping person, so, you know, a little weaker than normal.
Okay.
The blood does seem to be issuing from the sword. It's running down the sheath and dripping like down onto the leg of his armor and then rolling off that and onto the bench.
I'm going to, shake him awake. And, that's... You probably want to be clean before you stain anything.
What are you talking about?
You find that you are a bit sodden, actually, Yukikaze.
The heck?
And sticky, and the whole air around you smells strongly of copper. Like, it makes you a little lightheaded.
It would appear that your sword continues producing copious amounts of blood.
I mean, it's been almost 6 hours.
Copious. Unless you are harmed and the blood is yours as well?
I feel fine.
You do feel, fine. Your health has not restored. Your HP is whatever it was at when you went to sleep. You know that you have not gained a full night's rest.
Yeah, I feel fine. Nothing more than when I went to sleep. Can you clean this up real quick, please?
That's going to take more time than we have. As you can see, we have company.
At this moment, you hear a voice you do not recognize issuing from outside the wagon, saying, "We're being very patient. If you would kindly step out so we can add you to our ranks." There's kind of a ceremony to it.
Wait, guys, what if I pretend I am dead with all this blood on me?
Then when you were speaking.
I think I heard you.
Was I speaking too loud? I was trying to be quiet.
And two, I don't believe they would take your word for it.
That's true.
The dead will recognize an other dead.
It was a thought.
The dead recognize other dead.
Well, this is unfortunate. I'll have to think of another solution to this. Well, damn. Kinda sucks.
Indeed. Now then. Is everyone awake?
Everyone at this point is awake, and the blood is as you said, copiously gathered around Yukikaze, but it is spreading across the cushions and the rug.
Yeah, at this point I will probably get my armor on. I have actually be completing getting my armor on, but it's leather armor, it doesn't take longer than a minute, so...
I think a minute is correct, yes.
And I wouldn't bother switching out of my dressing gown, as that would take longer time, so I just put my armor on the dressing gown.
At this point I need everyone to roll initiative.
Of course.
I got the second worst possible number.
I got you beat.
You got a 1 or 2?
I guess not that bad.
Because I got a 3. So in total I got 6.
Oh.
23.
So you did do better than me.
Cyrus got 6, this is already up on there. You got a 23, you said, Vendar?
Yes, I got a 23.
Okay. Raiken?
I got a 12.
A 12. Okay.
And hold on, Kubriel got a 14.
Okay.
Oh no, Sam.
We gonna die.
We gonna die. We gonna die. We gonna die.
You know, it sucks that the one who needs to dispel the Limasan Hut before it can cast spell through it is that low a minute.
Why would we want him to dispel it? We would get murdered.
Yeah,
I like being inside of it.
I like being inside.
I was gonna say, what are you talking about?
But we cannot attack them from inside.
Yeah, we can.
No,
you
you
take
can't
that little
cast
pokey
spells.
stick and
And
you
with
poke him with
power.
it.
Goodness gracious. Alright, let's see here. Vendor.
Great balls
For
of
crying
power.
out loud. They can't hit back.
Yeah,
So
objects
Cyrus
that
got 6.
were inside the hut when it was cast are able to move freely through the wall.
No, okay.
It's for
Nothing else can.
So, Leah's probably just gonna curl up in a ball and cover her ears.
Yeah, I figured.
Actually, see, I had so much sunlight earlier, and then the sun set. Now I actually need to turn the bedroom light on. Hang on while I do that.
I have daggers and I have a crossbow. I can do this.
Yeah, I have a sling.
Get something on my way over there. Alright,
I
let's
could
see.
still cast spells within the hut. That can still help.
Let's see. They got okay. Good guys. Got that. Alright.
Laramendes?
What did Leah get? Hold on, let me get the initiative out.
I get 19.
19. Alright, you can talk just after. I don't want to stop you talking, but I just want to get the initiative down first. Jebel, what'd you get?
17.
17. Okay, don't have to change that. Laramendes.
Laramendes got a 6, and Kyoko got a 7.
Kyoko's still here. Okay.
Yeah, she was keeping watch with me. It's been a while since she's been in combat.
Yes. And Raiken got a 12. Yukikaze.
5.
5. Okay. Alright, you can... I'm gonna rearrange this around. You guys can talk. Or not. Whatever.
Yeah,
What?
Laramendes?
Yes.
Is it possible to dimension door through the hut?
No.
Oh.
I mean, you might be able to for like going straight down since it's only a dome and you want to be going through the hut, but I don't think there's anywhere down there you want to go.
If I can take a step through the hut and it drops, then I can cast it. It could, or you could cast it. Who are you thinking about casting it?
Any, if not all, who can. Getting
So
us away
just
from
him.
him. I can.
Okay.
Okay, just you two.
Who wins ties between Laramendes and Cyrus?
I think we tie.
You have 3?
Yeah.
Then we tie. I rolled a 9.
I got 15.
Okay,
You have
Cyrus goes first. Boop, boop, boop.
And Matt's degree paid off.
Well, on the bright side, if we live through this fight, I think I'll level.
Gabriel was a 14.
I have a question.
Okay.
So I'm level 10.
Yep.
And at level 10, I gain an extra cantrip. Do I get it straight away?
Yep.
Okay. That'll be handy.
I wonder what he picked.
Funny joke.
Hopefully something other than Thorn.
Frost Ray.
Well, I already have Thorn Whip, so I didn't pick Thorn Whip twice.
Thorn Whip and Thorn Whip.
I can cast it twice now. You could already cast it twice, but now I can cast it twice again.
I can cast it twice from each hand.
Yeah.
But only
Okay,
one at a time.
we need combat music. Why don't we have... We should have combat music. Let's put in some of the new stuff.
Uses her action to close her ears.
Grab a couple of these.
I can't hear anyone.
Well, did you turn down Fredboat?
I haven't gotten to 1%. It's still going through after I muted him.
Try to leave the call and come back in when that happens.
It's not bad for me. I have him at like 7.
But no, but everybody's Discord seems to handle it differently, and I've noticed that leaving and coming back can fix it if it's having an issue like that.
Mine's muted.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
It literally was like full blast, and I couldn't hear anybody else.
That would be bad. Okay, so... In Nightyative, there is very clearly an air of impatience outside. So, we will go through the initiative as it is written. Vendar. Laramendus, you are at this time back outside of the wagon. Would you like to be at the back of the wagon? You can be anywhere around the wagon, which gives you command of this U. And I'm moving the mouse over.
I will be one south of Cyrus.
Okay. And where would you like Kyoko?
Kyoko's fine there.
Kyoko's fine there. Okay. Vendar, you are here. You are inside the wagon, but you know that the sides of the wagon can be rolled up, and you could fire out from there, or you could step out onto the stage, which would be going through the front flaps of the wagon, which would allow you to attack from there. Or you could climb down onto the floor next to the wagon.
Wherever I can get a shot at the dude with the staff who spoke.
Any of those positions would work. He has cover if you're down on the ground, so up on the stage is probably your best shot.
I will shoot him with my boomstick.
Shoot him with your boomstick. Okay, roll the attack. Remember that you don't get proficiency bonus.
Right. Get advantage?
He can't see the attack, so yes.
Fine.
Yeah. I will note that as you climb out, this person with the staff and the voice is very small.
Net.
Like, it looks like the corpse of a gnome. Over his wrappings, as you come out of the wagon to look upon him, you notice that there is a number of jeweled objects about his person. Almost like armor. He seems to have like a gold gorget collar. He's got sort of a circlet on his head that has jewels in it, like diamonds and rubies. He seems to have rings on his fingers, and he has these shin guards on that also seem to be black lacquered with gold trim.
I got 17 to hit.
17 to hit. You hit.
So it was a D12 and a D8?
Yes, it's a D12 piercing and a D8 fire. So you see the rest of the party inside. You see Vendar grab the musket and climb out through the flaps of the leather cover over the wagon, and you hear the telltale ratcheting of the hammer on it, and then the click as he pulls the trigger, followed by the thunderous explosion which rattles the entire cart. And you can hear this wave groan go through the crowd around you as the attack commences.
I would just point out that I would be holding my ears before he fires, as I know he's gonna do it.
There was enough warning, yes.
Okay. And I get sneak attack, right?
Yes.
Of course.
Because you have advantage.
That's 26 piercing damage and 6 fire damage.
Okay. You see the bullet fly through the ethereal wall before you, over the heads of the armed skeletons through the crowd, and straight into his chest, and out the other side, into the floor beyond him. You notice that the rags that he is wrapped in, the linen wrap, seems to catch fire for a moment, and he hurriedly swats at it with his hands and says, I see how it is. You can tell that he has resisted almost all of this.
Yeah.
Yep. Skeletons.
I would say, yeah. He
Well,
does
he
not.
might-
He
he
does
might
not
not-
seem very
he
hurt
might-
at all. He
He
seems
might
more
actually not be
upset.
So can I roll hide?
You roll hide. Yeah, since you have a bonus action to do so, you may. You would have to dive back. I mean, I guess not. You can roll hide, sure. You're inside
29.
the dome. Okay, 29 to stealth.
Yeah, he didn't seem to. That didn't do much.
You tell the others. Alright, we're just gonna put him down right here. Now we got this. And then HP. Now you said that was 6 fire damage, right? Okay. So, next on the initiative is Leah.
Yeah.
You hear this thunderous crash through your cupped palms over your ears. Doesn't hurt because you are prepared for it, but it's always a little frightening. And then he comes back into the cart, and he looks quite dismayed and says, well, that didn't do much.
Well, what the? I can't really do anything.
I mean, remember that you are freely able to leave the dome and re-enter it.
Like where? They cover the entire dome.
I think technically the only one that can get through them was me, because I can, if I remember my ability correctly, I can move through enemy squares as long as they're bigger than me.
I think that's true of halflings, yeah.
Is it possible for me to share square with any other lizards? Like, walk on top of them or something?
I have a question. Can you attack from, do a melee attack from one side of the dome to the other?
That is a good question. I don't think there's technically a rule against it. Let me see here.
The wording of the spell about that says creatures and objects within the dome when you cast this spell can move through it freely. All other creatures and objects are barred from passing through it. Spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. The atmosphere inside the space is comfortable and dry regardless of the weather outside.
So, from that wording, I don't see a reason that you couldn't stand at the precipice and then reach across.
Okay.
So
But
if you've got...
about the share square with the lizards.
The square with the lizards, the dome ends, like, the lizards are just outside the square. So you could jump from, like, the stage on this coach and onto the lizard, if you wanted to, and you would be on top of the lizard.
And I can still return after that?
I mean, it'd be difficult, but yeah. You'd basically make a mount. You'd basically mount the lizard, so you'd use up half your movement, and then you'd dismount the lizard, using up the other half of the movement.
Yeah.
And the lizards are awake and standing there agitatedly, pawing around, straining against the ropes, like backing up to the side of the dome and the wagon.
Okay, what about this? The statues around.
Yeah.
Would there be any good point to stand on top of one of them?
Perhaps the one with the pony or the dog. Yeah. Those have a large flat surface that you could stand upon. You could technically, just ride piggyback on any one of the humanoid statues, sitting on their shoulders.
Huh. Did you say dog or pony?
There's, I believe, a dog. There's a mechanical pony in the bottom right, and the bottom left has a dog. I think the words were deleted. Oh, no, there it is. It's right there. Statue of a gnome with a mechanical dog is in the bottom left. Statue of a gnome riding a mechanical pony is in the bottom right. And then the one in the top left and the top right are like a gnome standing there, in a certain attire. Like, this one says that the gnome is displaying several complicated tools. So he's, like, dressed in a smith's apron, which has a bunch of tools hanging from it, and in his hand, like, between each finger, he's got, like, a screwdriver and, these different kinds of weird-looking, pointy tools.
Right. So if theoretically, if I walk out on Q8, which is on top of one of the lizards.
Yep. If you mount a lizard, you become the size of the lizard, basically. You become a large creature in that case.
Okay. Can I then miss this step to on top of the statue with mechanical dog? Is that close enough?
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah.
Yeah, then I'm gonna try to do that.
Okay. So you climb out here. Climbing past Jebel and Vendar out onto the stage. You jump through the wall of the dome, and you feel the change in atmosphere as you do from the very comfortable interior of the dome to the somewhat stuffy and oppressive warmth of the area out there. And then piff, you misty step over here. And as you get over here, what you notice is that it actually feels almost cold over here. Still stuffy, but much cooler in temperature.
Okay. And my misty step was a bonus action, right?
That sounds correct.
Yeah. So that means I can still use Eldritch Blast.
Yes.
Is it possible? Okay, now that guy is the like leader guy is way out there.
He is, but what's the range of your Eldritch Blast?
I don't think it matters. It will be through the dome.
Yeah, it's 20 feet high. Yeah, you're not really able to see him at this point.
But I can shoot any other skeletons.
Yep.
So I'm going to start Eldritch Blast in one of them. The one bottom closest to me.
Okay. There we go. Now the nice even ranks.
Let's see, first blast. 15.
15. The skeleton who was standing almost at attention, facing the dome, seems to turn as you cast your blast and swings his axe, striking the missile of force out of the air and directing it into the ground.
Okay, so I should miss. Oh, I'm going to try blasting again.
Okay.
That's exact same number.
He He simply steps aside as this one hits the ground near him.
Dang it.
He chatters his teeth, and some of the others around him turn toward you. After Leah, it is Jibble.
What do I know about skeletons?
That they are made of bones, they're likely resistant to piercing damage. They are undead, so... and they're usually unintelligent or directed by someone else.
Okay. Well,
But first and foremost, they're undead.
Can I make an attack against... Is it P9? The one that's on the same line as me?
P9, yeah.
With my sling.
With your sling. Okay, so you're gonna, like, hold up the flap on the wagon, and then sling
Am I on the wagon?
Yeah, you're in the wagon. Sorry, let me do this. Oops, that's not what I wanted. How to do this. Originally, this was dark blue. There we go. So, all of those dark blue squares are the wagon. It's a 3x2.
What's the orange?
The orange is that symbol, the dais, that you had to answer the riddle from.
Alright.
It's the Arcanum.
I completely forgot what was what in this. Okay, so I'm on the wagon. Yeah, I'll try to lift the flap and then...
And the red is a bunch of gunpowder on the front.
Yeah, that nobody picked up. Nobody actually dealt with after that happened. So it's it was soggy gunpowder.
Blow it up.
It was soggy gunpowder with
Soggy, though.
split open split open packages on top, and just just black powder kind of sprinkled all over the place from that.
Okay. That is a 24 to hit.
24 to hit this guy here. You hit. Roll damage.
And my damage it's 8 damage.
Alright, so you lean out and spin your sling and then flick it forward, releasing one half of it, and this stone comes flying out. You see it go through the wall of the dome and strike this sword-wielding skeleton right in the middle of the chest. And you see the rib cage, the bones of the rib cage just shatter and explode out, and the rock carries forward and hits him in the spine, and as soon as it strikes the spine, the entire skeleton collapses.
Pretty weak.
Yay! I killed one.
You did.
I guess. I think you got rid of the wrong one.
There's now a pile of broken bones on the ground there.
9.
9? What is the 9?
Yeah. 9 is the one level with me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Whatever. We'll just do this. All good.
I have a plan. I hope it works.
Running away. I suppose running away is a plan, yeah.
Yeah, just not one we have access to, because there's a wall.
You never get anywhere with that kind of attitude.
Well, sorry, I left the teleport spells at home.
Yeah, and you left the wall in the way.
Okay, so... Sorry, I was
you
trying
need
to
a pile
field
of
some of
bones.
the DMs that were coming in. Okay. After Leah, after Jebel, Kubriel. Raiken, Kubriel is capable of acting. What will you have her do? Raiken, unmute yourself. Raiken, come back to me.
Move back, and then use pounce.
Okay. So she moves back.
On one. That's at W9.
Okay, the one I have highlighted.
Yes.
Sure, that'll work.
And okay. Ugh. So she'll make her claw attack. And she hits with a 15.
She hits with a 15. She misses.
Dang it!
The thing brings up a small buckler on its arm, twists its body to the side, and pushes her claw away.
Well, that's it.
Darn. Okay. After Koobs is Raiken. You're on the wagon.
Raiken's going to...
The area near you is just covered in blood. It's soaking wet. You can feel it got, like, it's on your head a little bit.
Why? Why is it all bloody?
It seems to be issuing from Yukikaze. He seems to have bled all over everything at some point.
It's that time of the month.
Yeah.
Well, Raiken is going to bring out his thunder gun.
Okay.
There was explosives on the ground. Blow up.
Yeah, do I have... am I able to aim at the red square slash...
You're going to need to either, get off the wagon or move over to that empty square to your northeast and aim out through the side of the wagon.
I will do that. I will
Okay.
go to the northeast.
Alright, you push past Cyrus and Yukikaze and just place the thunder gun up on the side wall of the wagon, like kind of kneeling on the rug.
Helps with aiming.
Yeah, you're like kneeling on the blood. You're kneeling on the blood, the bloody carpet in the middle, and just trying to aim down sight. You already loaded it last night, I remember. So you ratchet the hammer back. Because of the assistance, I will let you add +5 to the roll.
Oh, yay.
Since you have the wall that you're basically putting the gun on like a bipod.
Mm-hmm. At 20.
Really?
They're not saving.
Does that mean that it does also 2d6 to... Does it explode with more force?
I hadn't really thought about, since it's setting a DC, I hadn't really thought about critting with this weapon.
No, I meant around him.
Right. He had never found out about that.
What did you do?
Nothing yet. I mean, everything yet. So, I'm gonna go with yeah. I don't think any of them are saving.
I don't know. I have a decent dex save.
Not you. Okay. And that was better, but really, that's even better than that, but still. I think this was like a 25 at least. Or a 20... What was it? 24 is the DC?
Yeah, if it's +5 with the -1, it'd be 24.
Yeah. I mean, I've rolled a couple 18s here, but it's just not enough. They don't have enough of a bonus to get there. Okay, so we're gonna go with oh, let's not forget these two. You land your shot there, and as should be expected, the 6 intervening hours in this warm, dry place has dried much of the gunpowder there, and there is an even larger explosion as it hits.
Get ready to pack!
That you did.
You guys basically watch in terror as this ball of fire expands up and rides up the dome over you. Remember, you now have to make a strength saving throw.
Yeah, that's true. Fuck!
I think that's appropriate.
Of course, I max out and they get a 1.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see
He
here.
gets sent the other side of the.
If it's
Okay.
Yeah, that sucks.
So here's
So
what.
got like a 7?
So here's what happens. You get knocked prone. The weapon kicks back so hard, it slams against your shoulder and bowls you over backwards. You're now, like, fully laying in this puddle of nasty blood that splashes up out of the rug around you. You're covered in it. You will take 12 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
As the gun bowls you over. And everyone around you, being Vendar, Jebel, Raiken, Yukikaze, Cyrus, and Kyoko are going to receive 7 points of non-magical bludgeoning damage.
Oh, come on, man.
As this gun...
I forgot that Kyoko was there.
Bye-bye, Kyoko.
I was very happy to be not there.
So, poof. Kyoko is unsummoned. The gun, the eruption out of the barrel of this cannon is so loud you feel waves of force coming off of it and slamming into you, and you take 7 thunder damage. I think I said bludgeoning, but I meant thunder damage. 7 thunder damage.
Alright.
I have a question. Does this count as a hit against my armor, or is it just...
This is it just damages the squares around him, so being next to him is a mistake.
Okay. My AC remains unchanged.
Your AC remains unchanged. Everyone's literally covering their ears as this sonic attack rips over them and injures them.
You dick!
He's laying on his...
I just cling to the statue. And I was capable of seeing what happens.
So, did that explosion hit the pile of
gunpowder?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why there was such a huge explosion. He detonated it.
Thank you, dome shield thing.
Yeah, the dome seemed to absorb it that was the fireball that was rolling over the dome.
Right.
Yes, hysteria paid off.
Oh.
All that ammo is gone.
Yeah, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw for Kubriel.
I was wondering about that. I was like, did she get too close to it?
I mean, so I basically went like this.
Good. 9.
A 9. Okay. Sweet.
How much damage does she take?
7 fire damage.
All the damage.
All right, that's not terrible.
Mm.
It's better than what I was expecting.
Question: should we be keeping track of the wall's hit points?
It didn't hit the wall.
I mean, that blast makes it look like it hit part of the wall.
And the wall's outside of that. If you wanna add,
It's kind of blackened it into it.
if you wanna add 9 damage to the wall, you can. I won't stop you.
If it doesn't take me long to figure out how much health it has, then I will.
Okay. Alright, so that was Raiken. Good job. You attacked the team. Which means it's now the bad guys. At which point, this explosion goes off, the whole place shakes, all the skeletons just kind of like turn their heads disinterestedly toward the explosion and then turn back, like almost as one unit. And you see the bejeweled mummy up in the corner kind of fold his arms over his chest, with the staff next to him, and goes, "Alright then, we'll do it the hard way." And he raises the staff before him and casts a spell.
Yeah, and I can't counterspell because it's a spell through the wall, which means I can't counterspell his dispelling of my heart.
I have good news. You don't have to worry about being blocked by the wall anymore.
Oh, shit.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Probably.
Probably.
We are all gonna die.
To be fair, I mean, at least the gunpowder got exploded before the wall fell.
That is true.
There's the right color.
Could have been worse.
You sound unconvinced, Laramendis. Alright, there is... you see the dome, come down, starting from the top, and in a lowering line around you. This 99% transparent shimmer before you just dissipates. And you can feel a sudden tension in the room as all of the skeletons enter an attack pose. And you hear the mummy at the back say, "Alright then, take him apart."
Back, please.
So, Laramendis, you got a couple of friends down there.
I would call them passing acquaintances myself, but
Well,
I
it's
suppose
good.
we are soon to be intimately familiar with each other.
Intimately. Does a 16 hit your AC?
That depends on if I cast shield, which I use my last first level spell slot to do.
Okay.
So no.
The other one rolls to attack with a 15.
That will also miss. I have 21.
Okay. This one's
rest
going
of
to
the
move up to you. And he is also going to attack. And he scores 23.
That will hit.
Okay. You take 5 points of non-magical slashing damage from his sword.
I am going to absorb that with my arcane ward.
Okay. And then he is going to move away. And this one is going to move in. And he's going to attack you.
Cyrus has a melee weapon out?
Yeah, can I attack of opportunity that last one?
Yes.
I do use a dagger.
I'm thinking of the flaps of the wagon being closed, but if you would like them to not be, you may.
I would like them to not be.
Okay.
Okay, got a 1 halfling luck, gonna reroll that. Change that to a 19 on die.
That'll hit.
So yeah.
Alright.
So it's a D4 and a D6 if memory is correct.
What the hell just happened?
Whoa, what?
I don't know what just happened.
So 6
Control
points.
I did. It didn't work. I don't understand. It just says clear, and I can't undo it. What's going on? What just happened? What just happened? I've lost all of my tokens from the entire thing. They're just gone. Hold on. I'd rather have to redo that than redo everything. Right. Well, that's a frustration. Goodness gracious. I don't even know what button I hit. That's really pissing me off. Like, I don't even know what button that was, and hitting back didn't do anything. Annoyance. So annoyed right now. So very, very annoyed right now. Hey, Mama. Why? Do all this crap again.
You can set back the history.
For
If you
what?
click on at the top menu on the right from help, you can find a time of last edit. Click on this link and you will see the revision history on the right. So you can choose any version and restore it.
I'm looking. Normally I save more frequently than this. This was just a mistake by me not saving it frequently enough. Didn't expect that to happen. Okay, well, let's just quickly save that. Grab all these again. Yep. Do that fun resizing of everything all over again. cool. And then all of a sudden it just... Why is there a button that just deletes all of the icons and then you can't get them back? Like, why does that command even exist, Sam?
It's stupid.
Very frustrating.
Okay, I found it. It's on. It's under file.
I looked there. I didn't see what you were talking about. And also, since I already closed that window, I believe that I've lost that anyway.
Oh well, I can do it on Lia's equipment list.
Okay.
If you go, yeah, if you click on File and scroll down to Version History, you can click See Version History, or click Control Alt Shift H. Then you can see when things were edited, and just click on one and it
Well, are you in Google?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh, you're not using Google. Oh, you're
No.
using Excel.
I'm using actual Microsoft Excel.
Oh, I thought you were using Google Doc.
No.
Oh yeah, then that might be then that might be a completely different function altogether.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you though.
Yeah, that one won't autosave, so then it would have to actually revert an earlier save point, yeah, so that won't work.
Yup. It's okay.
I believe you can activate autosave though in 365.
I'm not using 365. I'm using 2010.
Right, yeah. In that case, you're fucked.
Which means I have to do more work.
And to correct myself, it's 360, not 365. I don't know what I was thinking.
I think it is 365. Because it's
Is it?
1 year.
Yeah, that would make sense.
It's Office
Yeah.
365 is what it's called.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I did say it right.
There. Sorry about this, guys.
Yeah, it's fine. Accidents happen.
It wasn't supposed to happen. You get over here. Alright, we're gonna go with that. Good enough. Save button. Okay. Right. Okay. Not bad. Where were we? Right. Cyrus had just used his reaction to attack and destroy this skeleton that went to attack Larmandus and then move away. This one moves up. There we go. This one moves up and goes to attack Cyrus. And scores a 16 on AC. Cyrus.
Direct?
Didn't realize I was muted in Discord. My bad.
No.
That's a miss. Sorry.
Why are you apologizing to me?
Because that took me so long to unmute.
And the poor thing was just doing its best.
It moves away. This one moves in. And we'll also try to attack Cyrus. With a 24.
Well, that'll hit, obviously.
Okay. You take 5 points of non-magical slashing damage. And then it moves away.
Oh, wait. My... I did take the damage. I couldn't have used Arcane Ward.
Oh, okay.
I'm adding it to my sheet now.
This one moves in to attack Laramendus and scores a 17 to hit, which will miss because of shield.
Low shield.
This is going to be probably the most effective use of shield ever.
I know.
Yeah, probably.
This one moves in to attack with the shielded mage and gets a 20, but that'll miss.
I want shields. I want it right now.
This one moves in and attacks Cyrus. Getting a 26 to hit.
Of course. So, yeah, that'll hit.
Take another 5 points of non-magical slashing damage.
Alright.
And he moves back. And then this archer will attack. The Laramendus, getting a 27.
That will hit.
Okay. Take 5 points of non-magical piercing damage. Now then, Cyrus. This guy moves up. Cyrus. Jebel. Jebel. This guy's attacking you. For a 20 on AC. You're muted, Jebel.
Oh, sorry. Do I get any cover from the wagon, or...?
No, you lifted the side of the wagon so that you could do your sling.
Okay. So 20?
Yep.
That hits.
Okay. You take 5 points of non-magical slashing damage.
Okay. 1 second.
And adjust your AC accordingly.
Yeah. I remember how to do it.
This guy moves up and attacks. Also scoring a 20. Just take another 5 points. This guy moves up. Again, scoring above a 20. Don't worry, soon it won't matter. Let's take another 5. This guy's gonna move up.
Are they moving back again?
Yeah. Are you going to attack them as they move back? If you have a weapon in your hand, you can. A melee weapon. Actually, you can punch them, honestly. Do you want to attack them as they move back? Okay. I will say, Yukikaze, these skeletons have been moving up and attacking Jebel, and then moving away. You can have taken up to 1 reaction to attack one of them as it moved away if you want to. You're muted, Yukikaze.
No, I know. I was so. Yeah, I might as well. I don't see why not.
Okay. So we'll start with the one that went first, which is this one. Would you like to roll against him?
You say, would I like the what?
You roll 1 attack against him
Oh.
with your main hand weapon.
Mm-hmm. 14.
A 14 is going to miss.
Oh wait, I forgot. Leaders in the main hand, so it's 16.
A 16 will also miss.
Okay.
Alright, so you got away. This one rolled a 15 to attack you, Jebel.
Hmm?
A 15 is a
This
15. Now it does.
Yeah. How many have hit me? So that's the 4th one to hit me?
4, yeah, 4.
Yeah. So yeah, armor's just gone.
So, literally, you see these things run up, slash or stab at Jebel as he sits in the cart, and he's, like, taking all the hits from them, and slowly just pieces of his leather armor are just falling off until suddenly it just crumbles apart around him, and he's standing there in his normal clothes that he wears
How much
under
that
his...
hit me for?
It's 5. Every hit is 5 damage. Non-magical.
Okay. I am not looking good at all.
It was a good opening move with that gunshot.
Yeah. Minor.
Actually, I think this
Yeah, it
one's
worked
dead.
so well.
Remind Cyrus that he's the one that has the healing wand.
Cyrus, you're the one with the healing wand.
I'm aware. I still don't have that on my sheet, as far as I'm aware.
I don't know if I created it. Hold on.
Good thing it wasn't me who took it.
No, wait, I definitely
I
created it.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I definitely did. Where the fuck is my D&D Beyond for you guys?
Just look up, like, it's like Gnomish Wand of Healing.
Yeah. I think it's called the Gnomish Rod of Healing.
Gnomish something of healing.
Let's see. Giving it to Cyrus was an interesting choice.
Gnomish Rod of Healing.
Equipment, manage... come on, you. Gnomish Rod of Healing. There you go. Charges. Okay, yeah. Looks like it's got at least as much information as it needs for now. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Right. Arrows. 5 non-magical piercing damage to Jebel. And another 5.
Who was the target of that one?
Jebel.
Okay.
I'm basically going one person at a time. Sort of.
Okay.
Like with you two, because of the interference, they started switching off. But I'm mostly just going to be like, okay, all of these attack Jebel, all of these attack Raiken, all of these attack Ham, all of those attack Ham. Alright. Now Yukikaze. So this guy... Although they don't have far to move. Whoa. That's a first. A 14 is not going to hit.
No.
Arrow. How about a 27?
Yes.
Okay, you take 5 points of non-magical piercing damage from this guy's arrow.
So it's how many points?
5.
Okay.
Alright. This skeleton's gonna move up and attack you. For a 14, which is not going to work. Moves back. This guy. 22.
Yes.
22 hits. Okay. 5 points of non-magical slashing damage from him. And then arrow. That is an 18. Is an 18 going to hit?
No.
Okay. 1, 2. 11's not going to hit. You already used your reaction, so 1, 2, 3. He gets all the way back. 1, 2, 3. A 20?
No.
No? Okay. 1, 2, 3. And then an arrow. 15 is not going to hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ha, he can get here. A 25.
Yep.
Okay, 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't make it. Alright, one last arrow. 26.
Yep.
5 points of damage. Non-magical piercing. All of them are doing non-magical damage. What's that guy doing there? Get out of there. Alright. Hey, Cyrus.
Wait, how many of those?
Hi.
I don't know. You were the one keeping count. You should have been adding the 5 damage every time you told me you got hit.
No, I did, but then I forgot to minus the 1.
I don't know what to... Oh, like 4 of them, I think.
That sounds fun.
A 19 to hit Cyrus.
That's a hit.
Okay, he's going to have dealt 5 points of non-magical slashing damage. He's going to move over here. You already used your... Oh, but now Raiken, if you would like to make a reaction, you can attack the thing that just attacked Cyrus.
Huzzah! Actually, I can't make an attack because I have my gun currently.
Ah, well, you can... You know, actually, the reason you can't is because you're prone in the middle of the wagon. You haven't had a chance.
Reason number 2.
Yeah, you haven't had a chance to stand up yet. No, because you could still punch him. This one's gonna attack, right? Do all the Cyruses first. A 14 on Cyrus.
Miss.
Okay, and that one moves off. And then shoot Cyrus for a 24.
Hit.
5 points of non-magical piercing damage from the bowman. Now this one. 1, 2, 3. Raiken's too far away. It's going to attack Vendar, who... Vendar, you notice that they can tell where you are now.
Oh, shit.
Yep. That dome was doing a lot of good for you, but now they have direct line of sight to you. 19. On your AC.
You're breaking up. What was it?
19 on your AC.
Yeah, I take 5 damage.
Okay, yep, 5 damage. And then it's going to move away from you. Do you still have a reaction?
I do, but I don't have a melee weapon out.
I mean, you
And
can
I don't
punch
really
it.
wanna punch it.
Okay, yeah, you can punch it if you wanted
My
to.
reaction.
What? No? Okay.
My reaction.
Okay. This one's going to come up and attack you. For 20 on your AC, so that'll hit. 5 damage. And he's going to move away. This guy's going to move up. For 17.
It's
Okay, another 5. And then, 17 from an arrow. That'll hit. Another 5. That'll also hit. Man, these are all rolling really high. And one more.
I'm shit AC.
And another hit. Yeah, but I'm also rolling really high. Like, upper teens. Regularly. The dice are being very rude to you guys. So those 4 arrows hit, so that's 20 damage.
Okay.
That was just in total. That includes the first arrow I told you, but then I just kind of rolled the other 3 quickly. So, you know, an additional 15 from whatever you last recorded, I think. But it was 4 total arrows.
I was trying to record them as 4 total hits.
Yeah, it was 4 total hits. Everything's just 5 in this fight.
4 total hits.
Yeah. After the last guy...
Hit 4 times.
You only got hit 4 times? No. It was 4 total arrows after this guy hit you with his axe.
So how many times did I get hit in total?
Okay, 1, 2, 3... 7.
7 times.
35 damage.
I had 48. 5 more.
You're not looking good.
Yeah, they hit me every time they attack because, you know, the Dilly does nothing for defense.
What do you mean? Dexterity adds to your defense.
Not enough for it to actually mean anything.
Well, I mean, your AC goes up. Because you're wearing light or medium armor, you do get your AC bonus to your, or you get your dex bonus to AC.
I know. And I have +4 dex, and that leads me to have a 16 armor class, which they hit every single attack.
Yeah, they rolled really well. Alright, so...
It's a very easy hit, the hit armor.
It's not terribly difficult. Alright, that's, thankfully, all the ones that can attack. So, that brings us to... No, she's dead. Cyrus.
Thanks for rubbing it in.
No, she's just sent back to the astral sea.
Or wherever the familiar comes from. Derek, where are you?
Hi.
It's your turn.
Alright.
Yeah,
So,
attack one of them, because why not?
let me triple check the wording on something.
You said I could do that, right? I could use my reaction to attack one of them?
Yeah, you could, F. Would you like to?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll say it was this guy. Roll it.
Alright, what do I add to it?
It's a D20 plus your proficiency bonus, plus strength.
Plus strength.
Yeah, plus your strength
So-
modifier. Hold on, I'm sorry. I have to resolve this first. So what did you get?
A 16 to hit.
No, you miss. They're just too agile, these skeletons. Alright, now Cyrus, go ahead. Show us your fireworks.
I would like to cast Wall of Flame.
Okay.
I can make it 60 feet long.
Okay.
It's unclear on whether it can be curved or if it has to be straight, though.
I believe that the squares just have to be connected.
Okay. Then I want to fill the entirety of column column L.
Okay. Boom.
And
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So you've got 15 feet left. So you can get these 3 down here if you want. Or wherever you want to go.
The 3 at the bottom.
Okay. We'll do this. We'll just color these first with, yeah.
I should have 1 square left, I think.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Yeah, yeah.
And so then hit the one up top at, column M.
Okay. That was annoying.
So, anyone within the wall of fire takes 5d8 fire damage.
Okay, is there a save?
There is a dex save, yes.
A dex save, okay. Okay, they got a 17.
That is a success.
So they take half of that?
Correct.
Okay.
That's 22 unresistible fire damage.
Okay. Alright. There they go. All of them crumble into a pile of bones and begin burning.
Now, I know I've asked for this, but I don't remember rolling. It also deals this damage to anyone within 10 feet of the harmful side of the wall if they end their turn there, but I'm not sure if it does it when I first cast the spell. Like if they get a turn to move away first.
I would think they get a turn to move away.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Sam. It'll, if they end their turn within 10 feet of the harmful side of the wall, then they'll take the damage, but otherwise they're fine.
Okay. And, as a side note, I had to spend all of my sorcery points to make that spell slot with my bonus action.
Okay. Good to know. Boom. It was a good move. Cleared out a good chunk of them. After Cyrus's lair.
Okay.
Gonna shoot some Ray of Frost.
I mean, they don't have a lot of health, so it might actually be a better idea to magic missile and take and hit 4 of them.
It's up to you.
Yeah, good idea. You should tell the one that's right next to me.
Yeah, I guess starting, I'm going to move 1 to the... Can I see 4 of them from where I'm standing? Or should I move 1 to the right and cast a 2nd level magic missile?
Yep.
I'm out of 1st level spells.
Yeah, they're a little hard to see, but there is one right next to you, but it doesn't affect you since there's no roll for this.
I'm going to hit, and the missile will keep hitting until it is dead, and then move on to the next one, and so on and so forth.
Okay. Roll damage.
5 for the first missile.
Okay. This guy dies. Or, you know.
Second missile is also 5. I'm going to switch to a different d4, though.
Boom. You crumble another skeleton.
If I can find it. There's... That one is 3.
Boom. You crumble another skeleton. 3 down.
And then 5.
You destroy 4 skeletons. Not having to roll against their AC is very beneficial.
It is extremely useful against minions.
What are you implying, that I'm using minions for this fight? That's ridiculous.
Now get them, my minions!
I
mean, that's basically what he said.
I believe his exact phraseology was tear them apart. But I digress.
I mean, he also has a drawl, not like a high-pitched Skeletor kind of voice that I gave him.
Yukikaze, you are up. Yukikaze, please grace me with your presence.
I'm thinking.
You've got this awesome sword that just bled all over your pants. Maybe you should use
You
it.
should make it bleed into them. They're lacking in blood. You should fix that problem.
It's so bloody awesome.
Oh, God.
Use it.
You're gonna put your blood into their soul.
That's a sacrifice.
There's one right in front of you, man.
Yes, I know. I was actually trying to figure out what I was going to do on my emergency turn, but it went faster than I thought. That's for third attack. Do that. I really gotta memorize the attack sequence so I can attack.
Yep.
The exorcism uses-
You have an action, which you can use to attack. You get 2 attacks normally. If you're wielding 2 weapons, you get a third attack as a bonus action. And you can move at any time throughout the turn. Meaning you can attack and then move, and then attack and then move if you want.
No, I wanted to attack Second Wind's Action Surge. So I could attack again if I ended up hitting or killing.
What is Second Wind? Is that a bonus action?
Yes.
It is.
Okay.
So I would only get my 2 attacks.
And then you
my
would get
bonus
another
surge.
2 attacks from the action surge.
Well, I'm going to 2 attack Second Wind using my bonus action. Then if I killed the guy before I use Second Wind, I'm going to move to the next guy in action surge and kill him. Or attack him.
Right, but this should be a total of up to 4 attacks then.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so I was just making sure I got my understanding right, like I was doing.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Wasn't
basically
thinking
you don't get to make an attack with an offhand weapon because you're using your bonus action to Second Wind. But you can make 2 attacks with your main hand weapon as part of 1 attack. Then when you action surge, you get another 2 attacks with your main hand weapon.
Okay.
And I assume your main hand weapon is Bleeder.
Bleeder, yes.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna do my 2 attack actions.
Alright, so reaching out over the side of the wagon, you swing your katana.
I'm gonna roll all my dice at once.
Rivulets of blood riding along the blade as it sweeps through the air. You earlier pulled the blade from the sheath, and a splatter of blood came with it. You can see that the sheath is completely filled with blood.
Oh, that's shitty.
What'd
So first attack is they're both. Oh, that's a 19. Aha.
A 19?
19 for the first one.
Okay, a 19 hits. Roll damage.
It's 13 damage.
Okay. This guy dies.
Slash.
Oof.
Okay.
So, you
Alright.
have another attack in your attack action, but you also have a move, so you can move out there and attack another guy before second winding.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay. I thought it had to be within the same attack action.
It is in the same attack action. It's just you can move at any time throughout an attack action.
Well, I guess I'll step through, what's that, Vendar right next to me? And get the other guy on the other side, because I can't walk through that flame wall, I would hurt myself.
It might be... Yeah, you might want to 1, 2, 3 to get down here. step over the prone form of Raiken to get off the wagon.
Yeah, and then attack that one right there,
Okay.
I guess.
Yep. You may roll an attack.
I already rolled it. It's a 16.
That's too low. He parries your blade.
Alright.
You may use your second wind.
Oh wow, yeah, great dice. You're wonderful. Second one's used.
So now you're in an action surge, and you may make 2 more attacks. Remember that Bleeder gives you that +2 to attack. You are including that, right? You're adding the right number?
It's all of it added to the. It's what's on the sheet.
Yeah, it's
right?
what's on the sheet. So I think that's a +10 or something for you total.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm using.
Okay.
Oh well, yeah, I definitely hit him. I rolled a 19 for the first one.
All right.
Actually,
Roll
no, 29 and a 25.
Okay.
That's 6 plus 6 is 12 damage. So
Okay.
12 damage for the first one. Okay.
Yep, he's done.
He's done.
You destroy him. There are more guys over here, and you used 15, so you can go 1, 2, and you're in range of those 2 if you'd like.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay.
Alright, so so it's 25 for the other one.
25 to hit this guy?
Yep.
Alright, he's gone too. Boom.
Oh, with 8 damage? That's
Yep.
all it means.
Yep. So, you took out 3 of them with 4 attacks. Not bad. Good. Alright. Back to this. I'm sorry. What has been going on in this channel?
Which one?
Just looking at the weird chatter going on in the game channel.
Oh, when Kyoko got poofed.
Oh, gotcha. Alright, after Yukikaze, we're back to Vendar. Vendar, how you feeling?
Nearly dead.
Cool.
I am very hurt.
Why don't you put your death into their soul?
I'm going to go ahead and go south and just send them south of Cyrus.
Okay, you're gonna climb off
And
the
I'm
cart.
gonna roll hide.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll hide.
Okay.
That's a 25 to hide.
Okay.
Pull out my bow.
Okay.
And I'm gonna shoot the mage.
You're gonna shoot the mage. Alright. Mage is passive. Okay, yep, you may have advantage.
I will use sharpshooter then.
Okay.
So 21 to hit.
21 to hit. You hit. And because you have advantage, you get sneak attack.
So it's 38 magical piercing damage, 38 magical piercing damage.
38 magical piercing damage. You almost, through the crowd, can see the smug look on his withered face as the arrow flies at him. But as it strikes home, that expression changes to one of surprise. Boom. As your arrow enters his body, much like when the shot from the musket hit him, there is a flame alight among the wrappings on him, only this time it is somewhat of a brilliant blue magical flame, and you can see portions of his body disappearing around it. And he looks very agitated as he tries to put these out.
That looks like it did more. I am very hurt.
I'm very hurt.
Someone help
Beginning
me.
to smell like walnuts.
After Vendar and his lead.
There are like 5 arrows and several slashes in me. I don't feel good.
Here, let me try to stand up on my other leg. Oh!
I'm very badly burned. Leah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're up.
No, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the skeleton. Which one doesn't really matter at this point. Pick one close to me.
Alright. You note that you can barely see the your friends in the wagon through this wall of fire that's how many feet high, Cyrus?
20.
Yeah, 20 feet high. Like
Yeah.
through the dancing flames, you can make out the wagon. You know, like its outer edges. It's, you know, just like through static almost. Now and then you catch glimpses of your friends through the walls of the wagon as they fight against these skeletons who keep charging in and stabbing them. All right, so you're attacking this lowest one here, just outside the wall of flame.
Yeah.
Okay, roll it.
That's a 20.
All right, you hit it.
Yay! Alright, this feels like so long since I did this. Yeah. That's 3 points of force damage.
All right, he swings this wickedly curved blade, trying to once again bat your force missile out of the air, but miscalculates, and it strikes him hard in the chest, and he crumbles into a pile of bones.
Wow, this guy really don't have much HP at all.
If
Well,
there
then
any
I-
damage, it's enough damage.
I Eldritch Blast another one then.
All right,
The bow one.
the bow one.
Hmm. 17.
17. That's going to be too low. He nimbly dodges.
Dang it. Okay, so very low HP but good AC.
Very good AC. Jebel, you're up. There is a
I am
wall
going
of
to-
flame 10 feet to your left.
Yes. I'm going to take a step to the west.
Okay, so you step out of the cart.
Yes.
The flames rise high into the air, but you notice they don't seem to be creating an oppressive heat on you.
Mm-hmm. And I have a plan for this.
Never mind.
Don't worry,
Suddenly-
guys. I've got a plan.
Suddenly, this little gnome bursts into flames.
Oh. Alright, so Jebel's dead. No.
Alright, mark out my 2 uses of wild shape.
What did you just become,
fire.
Ray?
Fire elemental.
A fire elemental.
You bursting from this tiny form of the gnome comes this being of pure fire and molten heat. Yeah, we'll use theirs. Give me this. Oh, that's boring. Is that really the image they have? Okay, fine. Whatever. No, what? Copy image.
Ho ho ho.
Okay, that's not working for some reason. It's fine. It's fine. I bet I will find a better one elsewhere online anyway. The one in the monster manual is boring. This one is so much cooler. I like this one. This one's cool. I think it's from World of Warcraft, but I don't care. Boof. There we go. Wow, it's a big image. Now then, fire elementals are large. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's supposed to be Ragnaros.
I mean, I don't care. It's mine now. Bye, Jebel.
It is now Jebel.
It's like, hi, I'm Jebel.
Oh, hi, Jebel.
This molten flaming creature replaces your innocent little gnome next to the wagon and is partially in the wall of flame.
Jebel, what big flames you have.
So I believe it was a bonus action for you to do that, so you are still capable of attacking.
Yeah.
Flamey
I'm
out,
going
man.
to. Let me just see.
As if the room wasn't well enough illuminated by the wall of fire, he's also shedding his own firelight.
So, am I able to move through the space of other creatures? Sure.
Elemental can move through a space as narrow as 1 inch without squeezing. That's the same thing that the slime said, so I'm going to say yes.
It's like, excuse me? Just leak through them.
A creature that touches the elemental or hits it with a melee attack while within 5 feet of it takes fire damage back. In addition, the elemental can enter a hostile creature's... It says it right here. In addition, the elemental can enter a hostile creature's space and stop there. The first time it enters a creature's space on a turn, that creature takes 5 fire damage and catches fire. Until someone takes an action to douse the fire, the creature takes 5 fire damage at the start of each of its turns. So you can literally just walk through all of these squares and set them on fire.
Yeah, that's what I was just wondering. Can I just walk through a couple of them and then stop someone?
Yeah, so it's got a move speed of...
There's nothing in the rules stopping you.
It's got a move speed of 50 feet.
45 feet of movement.
You do. You have 45 feet because you moved 5 feet already. So, let's go, let's see how this works. Let's see, that's 1. 5, 10,
diagonally down.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I mean, with 35 of your movement, you've wiped out that entire line just walking through it.
I'll do that, so.
Okay.
Stupid question real quick. Fire elementals are immune to fire damage, right?
I mean, we're gonna find out.
Sounds like a Jebel problem.
It is a Jebel problem.
I need to pull out my best move. All that we did before it gets chance.
The problem with rolling low in initiative.
Okay. Literally, there's just little popping noises as all of these skeletons explode like popcorn. You have... Get back over here. I need you on top. Bring to front. There we go. Okay. You literally, as you walk over them, they catch fire and explode and just become charred piles of fractured bone. You have 10 feet of movement left, but I don't know that there's anywhere you can safely go. Yeah, there's not. But you have not used any actions, I will say that. Unfortunately, all of your attack actions are reach 5. Which is silly. Why can't they throw flames, Sam?
Because they can waltz through things and do that.
What do you mean overpowered, Sam?
I mean, only against minions. If
they weren't minions, it wouldn't have been nearly as impressive. Yeah.
Because then he would have taken, like 20 attacks of opportunity.
Unfortunately, they were too busy exploding.
Yeah.
So Leah out here, who really can't see what's going on the other side of the wall of fire, suddenly sees a part of the wall of fire animate and just start walking, like gliding over them as this semi-humanoid looking ball of flame.
I imagine if it could see Leah, it waves at her.
I mean, you can now see Leah. She's standing on top of the mechanical dog statue with her wand held in front of her.
This thing grins horribly and waves enthusiastically.
I wave confused back.
Since I couldn't see Jebel before he transformed, being I'm in the cart, and he was like right in front of it. I'm gonna go with I did that, and I'm awesome.
And Leah gets 2 fiery thumbs up in return.
2 fiery thumbs up.
Cyrus looked at the hand that he used to conjure the wall of flame and just looks at it.
Well, that's new.
So, after Cyrus sets fire to everything, Jebel sets fire to everything. It is Kubriel's turn. Everything around her has just sort of been dying as she missed her attack. And then got blown up. Raiken, it's Kubriel's turn.
It is.
Yes.
Kubriel is going to bit again.
She's gonna try and pounce.
Pounce the guy at the top.
That will provoke.
Yeah, but it's a guy with a bow.
From the one next to her?
Yeah, the guy with the bow has the guy next to her has a bow.
Oh, he can punch.
He can punch. You got a 16 to punch her.
That hits.
See? Punching.
She takes 2 points of non-magical bludgeoning damage.
Alright. And then she pounces.
Alright. Roar! Roll the attack.
God damn it! Because I know she misses. So now she's next to the guy at the top. The head skelly.
So she rolled poor, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So she just she pounces, misses, and then just starts licking her paw innocently.
Yeah, meant to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a distraction.
I'm just here to hang out.
Alright, after Kubriel is Raiken's turn.
Raiken has to get up.
There's a lot of light coming from the other side. Yep. Oh yeah, it takes half your movement to get up. From prone.
He's gonna drop the gun.
You leave the gun on the... It was sort of just like laying on top of you.
It was already laid.
Yeah, it was on top of you, so you kind of just like roll it off of you. It's very heavy. And then get up.
And then Raiken's gonna draw his...
Ooh.
I can't remember if he could...
You can draw your axe and attack, or if you draw your shield, that's... If you drawing your shield takes your whole action.
So I could get both of them out, I just can't attack?
Technically, yes, because drawing a weapon can be part of any other action during a turn. So you could have both of them out this turn, you just can't attack.
Or you cannot be a coward.
Charge out there with your axe in two hands.
Raiken is going to draw both.
Okay. Both.
And then he still has movement.
Yep, you got 15 feet. Raiken!
So...
You're not cool.
Going to move up to...
You coward!
North of Yukikaze.
5, 10, 15.
But, like, the northwest, sorry.
15. Okay. Then, after Raiken, it's the bad guy's turn! Woo! That Skelly's got nowhere it can go. So, we'll just go around Robin here. This skeleton's gonna try and attack Yukikaze. It's got disadvantage. Got a Yukikaze. Yeah, Yukikaze. It's got a 19, 17.
Nope.
Okay. This one is gonna try and attack Kubriel.
No!
It got a 13.
It hits.
It hits. Okay, she takes 5 points of non-magical piercing damage from a point-blank arrow.
Yeah.
Alright, this one here is going to attack you, Raiken. And that is a 11.
I will not hit.
Okay. And then this one is going to attack Raiken. And that gets a 13.
Also does not hit.
Alright, this one's going to walk up and attack you with its sword. And that is a 24.
That will hit.
You take 5 points of non-magical slashing damage. And then it's going to back away. Would you like to use your reaction to attack it?
Yes.
Okay, roll an attack.
God damn it!
It gets away.
This one was a 14.
Yeah, too low. This guy
Yep,
moves
I figured.
in. And he rolls an attack. And that is a 10.
Misses.
That is the lowest they have rolled tonight. But you know what? After their other ridiculously high rolls, I'm okay with that.
Actually, before we get too far ahead, did the one guy hit me with... The last guy that hit me, then
yeah.
he gets poison damage.
Oh ho ho ho! So your shield sprays poison at him. He hit you with the melee
4
attack.
poison damage.
4 poison damage. Let's see what skeleton.
It becomes a poison skeleton and attacks you.
Damage, immunity,
Makes
poison.
him stronger. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of logical. He's just bones.
Yeah, I just wanted to
The
double
poison
check
is
and
in
make
the
sure.
marrow, though, so like then when you hit it, it explodes back at you.
Alright, so now this guy's gonna move over, and he's gonna try to attack.
I mean, it makes sense. Tristan gives us enemies after he gives me a shield that's somewhat useful and makes it completely useless.
It wouldn't be totally fair if you just trounced everything right after I gave you cool stuff, and then later you were like, man, no, this doesn't work against anything. Better to have the problem up front and then have it be more useful later.
You're like, I'm glad I kept this thing around.
Yeah. 18.
Miss.
He moves back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's not going anywhere after this. Man, these are the last skeletons. I'm almost out. He's gonna attack.
I don't know. There's a really big staircase there. Like there could be more.
There could be more. There's 21 to hit.
That hits.
That hits. 5 points of damage from him. And then the guy with the jewels all over him.
I have not used my reaction this turn.
You did not or cannot?
I have not.
Oh.
Which means I have the ability to counterspell.
Alright. Well, let's start with this. The bejeweled mummy with the drawling accent is going to turn his sights upon Raiken, and Raiken must make a wisdom saving throw as his the sockets of his eyes suddenly seem to gleam in their depths.
Ha! Oh, I don't know if I want to re-roll this or not. I'm so afraid.
Decisions. What do you think Cord would do?
Inspiration.
I think everybody had an inspiration after last session.
I don't think I have an inspiration.
I know I still do. Are you asking for some or deciding if you want to use yours?
I'm trying to decide if I want to use mine.
Gotcha.
Not going to. It's a 14.
You got a 14?
Yeah.
You're not gonna re-roll?
I'm not gonna use it.
Okay. You fail.
You're cutting out a lot. I heard you fail.
Okay, well, that's all I said. I said, okay, you fail. You are frightened.
You are frightened.
Oh, I'm frightened?
Yes.
Aren't 10th level paladins like immune to that or something? Or is that charm?
Hold on, let him talk. What'd you say?
I can't be frightened.
You can't be frightened, you're immune to frighten? You feel this surge of something you're really unfamiliar with welling up in your heart, and then quickly it gets quashed by the will of Cord that washes through your body and gives you strength. You glare back into these dead socket eyes and laugh at him.
The day is mine!
He looks dismayed.
Never happened to me before.
He's like, I swear this never happens.
Ooh.
Performance issues and that was kind of thing.
Tries to look in his own eyes.
If this had happened before you leveled.
That's the only reason.
Journal entries just saved your life. Do them more.
No, I didn't need the journal entries. I leveled after last.
Shut up. They saved your life. Do them more. I need to follow my own advice, though.
Yikes. Alright, that is the end of the bad guy's turn. It's not... No, she's dead. Cyrus.
Sorry, Kyoko.
I'm just gonna keep rubbing that one in, huh? So... Let me... see here. What is my best stuff?
I'm glad I saved it then,
So-
because I might need it for the lich.
I could use... Yeah, I could do that. Where's this, like, special jeweled skeleton? Which one's that?
He's the one in the top right corner.
Okay. So, let me double check. What is the range of this spell? 30 feet. So, I'm going to move to 1 square north of Lara Mendis.
Alright. Boop.
I am going to use my bonus action to break down my second level spell slot. I'm then going to use my regular action to cast haste and use the sorcery points I just made to twin it, affecting Yukikaze as well as myself.
Okay.
And then I'd like to use my hasted action to cast Time Stop, because I believe I can use it to use an object. And I'm out of
I
spell
just want to
slots.
be certain, because it sounds like neither of those is a cantrip. Can you really cast 2 spells if neither is a cantrip?
I'm not casting... Well...
Haste
I
is
mean,
a spell.
Well, I'm not the one casting the spell from, the armband. So that's up to you.
You're using Time Stop from the armband.
Yes, he does not have a 9th level spell.
I forgot. You're completely out of points, huh?
Correct. If you say no, that's fine. I can do something else and just do it next turn.
Yeah. Let me think about it for a second.
Okay.
So the hasted action allowed you to,
I will double, triple check. Let's see.
I just want to make sure. So you're casting the spell that you cast on yourself, twinned onto Yukikaze, was a bonus action to cast.
No, the spell I cast on myself was a regular action. I used my bonus action to break down my other spell slots to get the points to twin it.
Right. And
Which
then the
also
hasted
allowed me to
action. The
burn.
hasted action gives you another action, is what you're telling me.
Yes, it gives me an action to attack with only one weapon, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object.
Or use an object. Okay, and you could argue that this is using an object. Yep. Yeah. Okay, I'll allow it.
Alright. So then I need to roll a d4, unless you'd rather.
Let's see what I get. I got a 3.
Works for me, so that gives me 4 turns. Now, one weird question. I would assume that my haste still ticks down while taking these turns.
Yeah. So your haste is
Alright.
going to run out before his.
Which is weird, but...
So is time magic.
So is time magic. You literally just dilated a time bubble around you.
Alright, so... And then I'm gonna use... So, turn 1... let me add a little counter to make sure I'm not overusing this here.
This means Larry Mendes actually saw this occur, because he didn't last time.
It's true.
Fascinating.
So, first action, just in case... Well, yeah, better do it while I'm still here.
You actually saw a whole bunch of weird shit occur in front of you because you watched him doing a whole bunch of arcane stuff with his hands that you didn't really get, and as he was breaking down the spell slots to create new ones.
And the whole twinning thing, which you've seen him do before, but it's still not normal.
Yeah, and so then you saw him cast haste on himself, but he also, like, directed a palm over at Raiken. You saw something warp around, or Yukikaze. You saw something warp around Yukikaze. You can imagine that's the time, the haste again. And then you saw the armband glow through his sleeve, which I imagine you wear under your sleeve.
I mean, there's not really a sleeve left, it's just the cloak. I basically don't have a shirt right now.
No, you still had sleeves. You lost everything below your nipples. From, like, just above your nipples down. You still had, like, the shoulders and sleeves of the shirt.
It's a belly shirt now.
It's still got the nipples.
Alright, well, yeah. So, my first thing I'm gonna do is use the Gnomish Rod of Healing on Vendar.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
And so if I recall, it's just a D8, right?
Yeah.
Depending on how many charges you expend.
The rod has 9 charges. You can choose a number of charges to use. For each charge, it's 1 level higher. So 1 charge is level 1.
So each charge is a D8.
Each charge is a D8, basically.
Okay. So then, am I aware it has full charges?
The Identify told you that.
Okay. Then let me make sure I have this marked down as well. I'm gonna spend 3 then, since he was seeming very hurt. So...
Okay, so he gets 3 D8s.
13 points of healing.
Not bad.
One of those was a 1.
Could have been worse.
Alright.
I appreciate it.
You did better than half.
Then I will move to the jeweled skeleton and begin attacking him with my daggers.
Alright, so... What do you want? Go away. You are... Wait, that's not you. That's Vendar. I move Vendar. Anyway, Cyrus. Baboof. And then, so you saw a blur of motion in front of you, Laramundus, after his armband, which had the dragon scale you saw earlier, began glowing so that it was visible through his clothing. And you thought you were aware of him, like, turning and striking Vendar, and then he just disappears. Boop, boop, boop. Let's see. 1, 2, 3... Are you gonna go around? Like, kind of either way, you're gonna have to double move to get there.
My speed's 90.
Your speed's 90. Okay.
Well, actually, it depends on how you would say haste interact with the boots. Does haste still on a base speed of 25, the boots sets it to 45, or just double the base speed of the boots?
Your base speed is granted by the boots. Your base speed is no longer 25. Your base speed is whatever the boots say it is.
Okay, so then, yeah, my base speed is 90 now.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Oof. You're there.
Okay, and then I will
So that's
use
1 turn down, I believe?
No, I still have my hasted action to make on this turn. And my bonus action. So, hasted action, I make an attack with my dagger.
Okay.
Got an 11 to hit, so that's probably a miss.
You miss.
Okay. Bonus action attack with my other dagger, because I'm dual wielding.
You're dual wielding. Where'd the rod go?
Alright, now I have to drop it. So, yeah, never mind for this turn.
Punches him with the rod.
So I'll have to get it next time. So
you heal him. He feels good.
No, because he can't activate it. Because he's already used it.
Right. No, so that turn is down, then spending the rest of my movement, walking back between 2 squares, which doesn't matter right now.
Zip, 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 zip. Spend the rest
And
of the
so,
90
next turn,
Yep.
I use my hasted action to make an attack with the dagger.
Okay.
I got a 17 to hit.
You hit.
One moment. Let me make sure I can use it down.
Now this is the dagger that you made from the purple worm?
One of the 2 I have, yes.
Okay.
So, from my knowledge of how this was altered, they're basically all paralyzed, so I'm at crits if I hit. Which means I might also have had advantage from that last attack, but too late now.
I think so.
What?
I think that's correct.
3. So, 7 points of non-magical piercing damage.
7?
Correct.
Of non-magical piercing damage.
And 4 points of poison damage. Well, not 4. 6, because I rolled it twice. But I assume they're immune to poison damage.
The time-stopped creature makes no, reaction.
Yeah. The time-stopped creature doesn't seem to
can't
react.
tell?
You also,
I'm just asking for simplicity's sake, so I don't have to roll it and call it out.
It's immune to all of it.
It's immune to all of it?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can't. You swing your dagger at him and stab into him, and you don't notice any damage.
Okay.
His body seems unaffected by both the dagger and the poison.
So then I'll step back and use my regular action to cantrip.
Okay.
That's my spell attack. This was a 7, so 15 to hit.
That will miss.
Alright, well, I can't do anything else with bonus action other than swing another useless dagger, so I guess I'll move back in and swing at a different person.
Okay, that's
See if
fine.
that affects something.
Yep.
That should hit. That's a like 25.
Yes.
So I'll be aiming like the archer to the south of the big bad.
Yep. Your dagger strikes in against his bony body.
For 7 points of non-magical piercing damage. And 7 points of poison damage.
Okay. Time has stopped, but you can see the bones are, like, reacting in such a way that they're going to fall apart.
Okay. So that's it for that turn.
Okay, so that's 2 out of 4 turns down.
Correct. So, next turn I will try and shoot him with a cantrip again. Need to remember my advantage this time. If I roll poorly. So, 19 to hit.
Alright, that'll hit.
Okay. Where's my D10? There it is.
And we just assume that you're running circles around him between each attack.
Yep. 11. 14.
You feel your quads and calves begin to burn.
19. Plus my
You knew you shouldn't have missed leg
So
day.
22 points of unresistible fire damage.
Okay. You set fire to him. Again, time has stopped, so you can't know the exact result of this, but it seems to damage him.
Okay, and then I'll take a hasted action swipe at the next archer down.
Okay. Shall it be
With
this one south?
with a what?
That one south?
Yep.
Okay.
So I got a 12 to hit.
That'll miss.
So rolling the advantage then.
Yep.
I got a 14 to hit.
That'll also miss.
Okay, then.
You can't hit non-moving targets. What the hell, dude?
I don't know, man. So, then bonus action attack at it.
Okay.
With a 16.
You miss.
Okay, advantage. 22. How's that one?
That one hits.
Okay.
On this particular skeleton, miss.
You miss.
You get one of those.
4 and 2, so 6. So 9 points of non-magical piercing damage. Do I need to bother rolling the poison?
No.
Alright.
It seems like it's going to die as well once time starts flowing again.
Alright. That turn is over, so I'm down to my last one.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
I'm going to cantrip blast the big guy.
Okay. Is this the second cantrip you've used on him?
That's the third one I've tried to use on him.
Okay. But only one other succeeded, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Go.
So, 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
Alright, so... 7, 14, 17, 5, so 29 points of unresistible fire damage.
Okay.
And then I'll take a swing at the archer diagonally next to Raiken.
Okay.
I crit, which doesn't super matter, but I hit it.
Boop. That's gone. There you go.
And take a swing at the other archer. With another natural 20. Come on! I love natural 20s, but I'd rather have them when I'm not already getting them. So that's gone, and then I'm gonna move away. Like, back to where I was when I started this nonsense. So, one north of Laramendis.
Alright. We'll say that 15... 20, 25, 30, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And then all of a sudden time starts flowing normally for you again. How many turns does Haste have left?
6.
Okay.
So
all of a sudden, Laramendis, you saw this blur of movement in front of you as he seemed to, like, take out a stick and swing it at, Vendar, and then vanish, and then reappear. Like, it was all within a tenth of a second. Like, you blinked and you would have missed it. But you saw this weird movement, and then out here on the battlefield, you hear the clatter of bones hitting the floor. And all of the skeletons up in the corner, including the bejeweled one, disappear into a pile of death.
Also, important to note, Wall of Flame's gone because Haste's concentration, as is Wall of Flame.
And as he reappears, the Wall of Flame disappears.
Well.
So, Leah, you can now see the battlefield again. There's just
Yay.
bones everywhere. You can now see the fire elemental, however, is still there. You know, you've got Vendar, Laramendis, and Cyrus hiding in the corner by the wagon.
I can see the skeletons that's still alive.
You're up high, so yeah, I'll say you can. After Cyrus... Cyrus... is Lair, yes. It is
But
Lair.
it's not worth going and magic missiling those ones.
It's not. Okay.
It's like, and they're gonna be immune to cold.
Dude, you're getting your spells back in like 20 minutes anyways. Just shoot them. Magic missile, come on.
I'm going outside, so no. I am going to move up behind Raiken and try and look down the staircase
Yeah.
through the doorway. Does it appear that there's anything down there? Can I get a good look from here? Or would I need to be closer? In which case,
To really see down it, you'd need to be closer. But like the doorway itself and the 10 feet down, you can kind of perceive from here, seem to be clear.
okay. I think I'm just not even gonna do anything.
Okay. That's your choice. Which will move us on to Yukikaze, if you're sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't use my 5th level spell slot. I can't use my 4th level spell slots because I need those. Which means I have a 3rd in 2 seconds, but it's not.
Okay.
It's not worth the expenditure of magic.
Okay. Yukikaze, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna move my 10 feet to reach the one that's in front of Raiken. Or 5 feet, I should say something.
Okay. Boop.
Really, Dice? You want to be the douche?
Alia
Alright.
Yaktest.
First one is 13.
You miss.
Second one is 17.
You miss.
Maybe I should have done it.
And then my last, I'm not using. You guys are like being stubborn, so you guys are going on the side. No wait, this one gets another. I need a D6 for this. Oh, there we go. 27.
Okay, that'll hit.
So that's 8 magical piercing.
Alright. Poof! He crumbles into a pile of bones. Notably, Yukikaze, you saw all of these skeletons around you crumble all of a sudden, including the smooth-talking one who had the jewels all over his body.
I'm not surprised.
You're not?
What?
Okay. I am.
Well, do you remember? You remember how it was dying?
Yeah, I know, but, like, still, it'd be surprising.
Well, no, I'm like, oh yeah, that was probably Cyrus.
Okay. However you want to play it. It is Vendar's turn.
Hold one thing real quick. Don't forget you have an extra action from being hasted there, Yuki.
You do. He's right.
Oh,
You
I
can
get to
move
attack,
further,
right?
you get 2 more attacks.
Well,
Oh,
it's
I don't
one
know
more
this.
attack. Specifically one extra attack from the hasted action.
no, whenever I get an attack, I get.
It doesn't
an attack.
matter. It's
Oh,
specifically
attack.
from the
Sorry,
spell.
sorry, that's attack action. That's right.
Okay then, never mind. You get 1 extra attack.
Technically, you are taking the attack action, with the caveat that you only get 1 swing.
Swing. Okay.
That's
Because
just
haste
weird.
is worded like that.
It's weird. But whatever.
Okay.
You may swing 1 more time at that guy with the sword.
Yeah, 29 should hit.
Yep.
That will be. Otherwise, the pluses. 9 slashing.
Poof! He crumbles into a pile of useless bones. Alright, now it's Vendar's turn. Vendar, the guy you've been shooting this entire time in combat just vanished off the radar. Like, he just got lit on fire and fell over all of a sudden. You didn't see anything happen, other than that he was suddenly on fire, and then he wasn't talking anymore.
We'll all hide first, because...
Okay, you can do it.
24.
Okay, you're hidden.
Alright, so 25 to hit.
Alright, we're gonna say that you kind of like go through the wagon and pop out the front and shoot them over the lizards.
Who've been taking all this like champs.
I mean, they look terrified.
Yeah, champs.
Especially with the giant.
Yeah, they're
fire
looking at
creature
this
right next to
flame
them.
elemental. They're like trying to go to the right, but the way you've got everything tied down, they can't. Alright, you hit. This guy here on the right?
Whichever one.
Whichever one. It's fine. They're all the same in the end. Poof! Your arrow strikes true, and the magic burns away a portion of his body, and the rest of the bones crumble to the ground. The clang of the sword echoes through the room. And that brings us to...
Eldritch Blasts.
Leah.
Yeah, Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast!
Which has a long range, so I can hit that guy, but I didn't.
All I know is you gotta say the thing, Warlock.
Unless he has a lower AC than the one I missed on earlier, because I got, once again,
No, he's got 18 AC.
Yeah, that's not good enough. I got
Okay.
I got 50. Yeah.
Next Eldritch Blast.
Next Eldritch Blast. That's better. 21. So yeah.
All right, you hit him. Your bolt of force flies across the room.
9 points of force
And
damage.
vaporizes half his body under him. Crumbles into a useless pile of
The other
bones.
half starts crawling at you.
That means that I actually got to prove to the group that I did something.
You did something, yeah! You destroyed two
Because
of
they
them.
Yeah, they didn't see me kill the first one. It was behind the wall of fire.
It's true. Alright, I'm gonna end combat there. That was intense. I wasn't sure how it was gonna go, and then people started busting out the, like, area magic. I'm like, there it is!
I thought I did pretty good with the wall of flame.
Yeah, no, the wall of flame was great. I was honestly expecting...
Raiken's initial shot.
Yeah. The thunder gun, the flame elemental, the wall of flame, that accounted for like 2/3 of them.
Yeah, it was, they were good opening moves.
I just pissed off in the beginning of the... that
Fuck this, I'm over here now. Oh, shit.
I was originally thinking I was going to have to use time stop to get Leah out of there, because I realized there's a chance all the skeletons might just go kill you since there was a wall of flame the other direction.
It was going to be really funny because, like, all the archers were going to turn and shoot at her and then not move, so then they were all going to die from the fire, from the wall of flame hitting 10 feet out. And the other ones were going to run over to try and attack her, and so they weren't going to die from it. And then all of a sudden, the fire elemental came out.
And then the wall of fire bulged and
the wall of fire bulged and killed everything.
Which still legitimately thinks he caused somehow.
I'm amazing! My father would be so proud of me. So, yeah. Combat over. Good job. Everyone survived. I really thought that Bejeweled guy was gonna cause a lot more problems, and he could have done a couple other things, but really, that time stop fucked him.
Well, that was nearly the perfect scenario for it.
Very nearly. Except that he was, immune to your dagger entirely, which was hilarious.
He was immune to the dagger, and I had one less turn than I possibly could have. But, other than that, it was perfect.
So, pretty good item, huh?
Yep. Very happy with it.
So, you stand in this room that still echoes with the last clatters of bone and weapon as they strike the stone floor. The only other sound besides this echo is the nervous keening of the Enolians and the rush of flame that is Jebel.
And who, once he spots that everything is proper dead, is going to turn back into the room. Going to turn it to fire element.
Question. If I spend my time just taking my boots off every minute, could I actually sit down? If that's an option, I'm taking it.
Pacing's fine.
Can I roll a funny something?
Can you roll a funny something?
Rule of funny, him trying to do that.
Go ahead.
So as soon as he takes them off, goes to sit down, it's been less than a minute, but as soon as he does, they appear back on and he starts like spinning on the ground. as he's just like running around in place.
Yeah, Simpsons.
That is what would happen.
He takes on the running motion, but he's on his side on the ground.
Yeah.
So, here's an odd question. When
Well,
haste
that was
runs
an odd
out,
occurrence.
when haste runs out, it makes you lose a turn. But the boots overwrite that and still make me move.
Yeah. Well, no, if you lose the turn, you can't do anything.
Okay.
So
You have 6 seconds of bliss.
6 seconds of, oh god, I'm so tired, but at least I don't have to walk. And then as soon as those 6 seconds are over, no! Not again!
Turn that off immediately.
These boots turn you into Jean.
So yeah, I'm gonna just drop concentration on that the second combat appears to be over.
Okay. You are the most tired halfling you've ever met.
I just ran more in like 2 seconds than I usually run in a week. Or more like a month.
So, as near as you can tell, the area is once again quiet. There's no ominous laugh, there's no further voice, there's just the eerie silence of the dead. Jebel...
Alright, time to go back to sleep.
Jebel releases his fiery form and stands among piles of bones that are singed and burned and charred.
I'm gonna climb down from the statue.
Whenever I see Jebel again, I'm just gonna ask, where were you?
Well, after hesitantly looking down like a cat stuck in a tree, I'm going to climb down the statue.
Cat stuck on top of a dog. If you want to roll the climb, you can, but otherwise you can just, like, hop down. You're, like, 10 feet up.
It's funny to roll. That's
like
athletic,
acrobatics.
yeah?
What?
Acrobatic?
Yeah.
I thought climbing was under athletics.
Well, climbing is under athletics, but, like, getting down, you could acrobatics it and just jump and tumble.
Okay, yeah. I would like to climb and not jump, though.
Okay, then you can roll athletics instead.
Okay. 7.
7 is what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so you begin, descending the dog, and as you place your foot beneath you and try to find a spot, your hand slips and you fall the rest of the way to the ground.
I would have killed for a cleric in here.
You take a point of bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground on your butt.
Yeah. Ow. Then I get up and I broke my bum.
Okay. Jebel, what are you doing? I guess I'll go and go around the room and figure out what everyone wants to do.
If... Where am I now? Cyrus hasn't seen me, has he?
You're over here,
Like,
where my
I'm too
mouse
far
is.
away? Hang on a second. Yeah, and Cyrus is... I don't know which one of those is
Cyrus is over here, down at the bottom right corner of the wagon.
Okay, well, I am... What do the bones look like around me?
Charred and useless. There's weapons among them. There were bows with strings. Those are all burned to a crisp. The sword, the leathers on the hilts are just burned away. It's just all that's left is metal.
I'm going to just gather a couple of bones.
Okay. Like, what kind of bone are you looking for? You got femurs, you got humerus, you got skulls, you got pelvises.
Tibias.
You got tibias and fibulas. Radius ulna, you got phalanges.
He wants a pinky finger.
It's gonna grab a rib cage.
Got the
What is it called?
tailbone.
You got ribs.
The air bone thing that is like the smallest bone in my body.
You'd have to, like, go inside the skull to try and find that.
Humerus.
You want a
I'm
humerus,
gonna grab
okay.
a couple of humerize.
You got some humeries. Alright.
Humerodi.
Funny choice.
Humeropodes. Alright, you get your humeropodes. You've got two. They're, you know, one of them
Even with the
appears like
patella?
it could be like a human or an elf, perhaps. It's kind of, you know, normal size for one person of that size. There are ones smaller, you know, for gnomish size arms or halflings, perhaps. And then you can see on the ground there's, like, big, thick ones, which are either half-giants or dragonborn, you guess. Any preference?
No, about human-sized, I suppose.
Okay. You can grab a couple of the human, maybe elf ones. Perhaps it's a half-orc. So you grab two of these, and you're just, what, slinging them over your shoulder, just like...
I'm going to find Larmendus.
Okay. He's easy enough to find. You head over to the wagon, and eventually spot him over by the Enolian.
So Laramandus's first thing is going to be going over to the bejeweled gentleman, so he
okay.
will be over there.
Okay.
Presumably in the time that it took Jebel to acquire his bone and then find Laramandus.
Just not dealing.
When I see Alarmus walk over, I'll follow as best I can.
There we go. Yup. Okay. And so then Jebel will head over as well. Yukikaze, what is your main thing right now? I mean, you got through this. You find that the sword is still dripping blood. It served you well in this fight. You know that the inside of the wagon is stained with the blood it dripped all over.
That's frustrating.
So what are you going to do after this rough and tough battle?
I definitely rest, but I'm not gonna sleep in the wagon again.
Alright. You can go sit on the floor somewhere if you'd like. You can lean up against the side of the wagon, like the wheel, or up against one of the lizards. Is anybody going to try and calm those guys down? Because they look really agitated still.
I am not good at that.
I'm terrible with animals.
I'll do it because I know how to psycho
Alright.
Oh,
There's a
if-
reason why
if I
all of
notice.
the phantom steeds that Laramandus makes are the way that they are.
Alright, roll animal handling, Yukikaze.
What's just roll a d20?
I mean, it's a
I think it's a
d20
charisma
plus your animal handling skill.
It's a wisdom.
Wisdom.
Yep.
Wisdom, which I don't have.
But I mean, in your skills list, maybe you have training or proficiency in it. You know, you
No,
should look
I
there.
don't.
If
Okay, then it's
I
a D20.
notice,
10.
if Jebel notices that they're a bit skittish, he'd help.
I mean, you were up over in this area, and they were very afraid of you while you were in an elemental.
Okay.
And so yes, they still look very scared.
Is anyone else super hurt?
Jebel goes
Well,
better.
you probably can't tell because of the sword's blood that's probably all over me also still.
Yukikaze appears bloodied.
I mean, I'm asking
God.
who can respond.
I am
I hurt.
really hurt. I'm not
I
like
know.
I think a lot of people are really hurt.
dying, but I am really hurt. But we're gonna go back to finish our rest, aren't we?
Aren't you going with Lara Mendes?
Something might happen in the interim before you can finish your rest.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna be finishing my rest after that, but yeah, I do need.
Yes, but something could happen between now
So
and then.
I'm
to
gonna
you.
use this wand on Jebel and Yukikaze.
Do I roll or you roll it?
I roll. One question. On the item description, it does say that I get my casting modifier. Is that incorrect?
That's incorrect because the item description tells you you're using the spell Cure Wounds, but that's not entirely true. It's because I can't change the way that works.
I was pretty sure that was the case, but I thought I'd double check before I did
Yeah,
anything.
that's because I can't modify the description of Cure Wounds for that item, so it just says, yeah, it's Cure Wounds, you get the D8 plus your casting modifier. I'm like, well, okay, but it's an item, so you don't get the casting modifier, but whatever. The thing about it is there is a phrase you need to say. Did your character learn the phrase?
I would have assumed I was told it when I was given
the
it
item.
by Jebel.
Jebel, you told him what to say, right?
Um.
Because you have to say it in Gnomish.
Yeah, I can't remember what the phrase was myself.
I mean, it was just, I heal you, but it was in Gnomish.
I have no memory of whether I told him or not.
Lara Mendes would have said so.
Yeah, because it came from
because he had identified all the items, so he would have said so.
So, I got 6
He might
charges
not have known
left.
what it meant.
I have 6 charges left, so I'm giving 3 to Yukikaze and 2 to Jebel.
Okay.
So, 3. Oh, wait, this is the wrong size dice. What?
No, I'm just saying it's entirely possible that Jebel was actually more hurt.
It's possible, but as far as I'm aware, you're not going back out into more dangerous areas before you heal
Hopefully
up.
not more dangerous.
And also, you
Equally
have healing
dangerous.
magic, unlike him.
One spell stop.
It's still more than him. So, that is a 8, 5, so that's 13. And 6. So, Yikaze gets 19 hit points. And Jebel gets 10.
But I'm still bloodied.
It's all I got.
I know. Did you say that the 2 lizards are afraid of Jebel?
One more time.
Interesting. Did you say that the 2 lizards are afraid of Jebel?
They were afraid of you while you were an elemental. That's what scared them so badly.
Are they afraid of me now?
I mean, roll animal handling. They've been calmed somewhat by Yukikaze ministering to them.
Okay. That's 17.
17. Okay. No, you are able to get them to focus on you and to begin to calm down, or calm down more so. You after some time working with them, a few minutes, you are able to lull them out of their panic, and they go back into a restive state.
Animal handling and survival are like my 2 skills.
They're your jam, man. They're your jam.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the field of bones around, being like, that was a good fight.
If you wanna call it a
I
fight.
will walk up to Raiken. Are you okay?
I'm alright. Just a little bloody, not much. Just a good long rest.
I didn't see anything happening after the firewall came up.
They barely scratched me.
I'm examining his wounds.
You notice that there is kind of a the roundel at his shoulder is dented in a very odd way. It kind of resembles, like, lengthwise the butt of his gun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this? Nothing I can't handle, just the gun. It actually did more damage to me than the rest of them did.
I told you it was evil.
Well, it did take out, like, a fourth of our enemies, so I'd say it's more good than evil.
Useful, but still evil.
I wouldn't call an item evil unless it's cursed, and this item's not cursed.
How do you know?
Because I would know by now after how much I used it.
Would a cursed item show up as being magical? Try to detect magic.
Would a cursed item show up as magic?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know they did, because that's how Laramentis had found them. I mean, like, you guys all pulled them off the racks anyway because they had special descriptions and stuff, but, like, he came by and went, yep, that's magic, that's magic, that's magic.
And none of the guns are magic. Laramentis has said that to us.
The guns are not magic.
Yeah, but had Laramentis actually stated that? So we
Yeah,
know.
well, yeah, he would have mentioned that the guns are not magic.
I pointed out everything that was magic and expressed quite an interest in identifying all of the things that were magic.
Yeah.
He
did not
completely disregarded the guns.
I mean, what? They were metal pipes that smelled bad.
Yeah, like, show him a clock, and, like, that's interesting.
Which also happens to be a series of metal pipes that smell bad.
Does the fact that a powerful undead would be immune to mundane damage seem odd to Laramentis, given his somewhat sleepy knowledge of necromancy?
Given that you were specifically told by 3 different NPCs over the course of 2 sessions that the Lich was immune to mundane attacks, this will seem less surprising than otherwise may have.
So I respond to Cyrus that that does seem reasonable for a powerful undead, given what we've learned.
Well,
clearly it's the Lich. You won.
I don't think it's that.
Was that Ash?
No.
But Ash did learn the ventriloquism spell.
Worth every copper.
So Jebel's going to approach Laramentis.
Okay.
Jebel.
Laramentis is approached by Jebel.
And Jebel's got 2 bones. I imagine 2, 1 in each arm, 1 in each hand.
He holds out the upper arm bone from 2 different bodies.
Just like...
You know that they're from 2 different bodies because they're the same side arm.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do you use bones to cast any spells?
Do I use bones to cast any spells?
Would you?
I mean, material components of spells that I have. I suppose there's that.
I have a character I know of 3 spells that use bones. They're...
One of which is divine.
I know...
I think that's an abjuration spell, that one.
So I mean,
Mordenkainen's faithful
Yeah.
hound. Animate dead.
and there's one divination thing that requires bones of some sort.
I was gonna say, those other ones, aren't they just a non-GP material which can be substituted for with a
focus? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the bone, while nice, doesn't actually matter for those.
Yeah. Oh wait, it was. It is conjuration. There are certainly spells that can use bones as a material focus if one doesn't have a proper spellcasting focus. None
you
that
have.
I am capable of casting.
Okay. And I just kind of throw them to the side.
Stock it.
They end up back in the pile, indiscernible from whence you took them.
And then I just, what's going on here anyway?
What happened to you during the fight? I lost track of you.
Oh, I went and I took care of the skeletons over there, and I point out where I was.
He points vaguely where your wall of flame was.
I mean, all I saw was the wall of flame and something.
That was the other side of it.
Uh-huh.
This is obviously ridiculous. The other side of it was dangerous.
And you didn't get burned? I'm very confused.
It's a druid thing.
Uh-huh.
It's a druid thing. I'll
Inside-
explain it when you're older.
Druids are immune to fire?
They can be, in special circumstances.
Please elaborate.
Care to
but also,
elaborate on those
I rolled
circumstances?
insight.
Yeah, sure. I turned into an elemental.
Interesting.
Oh. There's now a somewhat disappointed look on Cyrus's face.
Can all druids do this?
No. It's, only some of us kind of spec into that kind of thing.
Interesting.
What would I roll to see if I could read Cyrus's face? Is that insight?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's the reading people skill.
I got a 23.
You're trying to read his face?
Yeah.
His disappointment and figure out why.
Okay. Sure. I guess roll deception to hide the fact that you're disappointed.
I got a 20.
Okay. So, yeah, he's aware.
What's wrong with you?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
It's
Okay.
very clearly something.
So back
what
to-
happened to him?
Who?
I gestured down. Next.
Oh. I set him on fire repeatedly.
Mummy lore.
Thank you, voice in the box. I see. Well, no, actually, I didn't. When?
You know that, like, half a second, right after I healed Vindar? Yeah, right then. I used time stop again.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Yep.
Have I already made an Arcana check about this? I don't remember.
I don't think it was. I think it came up when he.
Yeah, I brought it up when we
told
were
you?
in, like, the mirror room, taking that short rest.
Well, no, so I don't remember if I did an Arcana check on the fact that the spell has been modified in this magic item.
I think you did,
I
yeah.
specifically stated that it was modified and special.
Okay, cool. And I don't need to roll Arcana on knowing that it's different.
Yeah, no, you were aware.
Right. Well, that was fortuitous.
Also how I found out he was immune to, non-magical weapons, so I swung those at the other skeletons nearby.
That would explain that then.
That was a good idea.
Is there anything left of the gentleman?
The gentleman? I mean, like, his body is about half still there. He's significantly burned away. His gold jewelry is partially melted from the heat of the flame, but the stones are intact, though one is cracked.
Mm-hmm.
Was he in there?
So his rings, his gorget, and his circlet are recoverable.
Can I mend a broken gemstone?
Yes.
If it's just cracked like that?
I think so, yeah.
The spell repairs a single break or tear in an object you touch, such as a broken chain link, 2 halves of a broken key, a torn cloak, or a leaking wineskin.
Yeah,
As long as the break or tear is no longer than 1 foot in any dimension, you mend it.
Yeah, I don't see why that wouldn't work.
But before doing anything like that, I would want to find out if they are magic or not.
Sure.
If anything is magic over here. But we are slowly approaching the amount of time that we can be involved.
True.
And still gain a rest, considering I need to cast some more spells later. So
I'm
I will
going to
leave
go
that.
clean up the blood out of the cart, since I have some time still, since I never took a watch.
But it's not the taking a watch, it's the act of channeling magic that is not particularly restful.
Well, if I can get away with it, I'll still try and get the blood out of the cart.
Okay, I mean, if you've got prestidigitation, you can be casting that in there. It'll take a few castings to get it all, but yeah, you can get it out. Prestidigitation is a wonderful spell.
Indeed.
And while Larabendus is thinking at this body, Jebel is just gonna say, he was kind of intelligent for an undead, wasn't he?
He did appear that way.
Can they be like that? I mean, I assume liches can. Seems to be what they are. Can you make intelligent undead?
23 in my Arcana about necromancy to know that you can have intelligent undead.
Yeah, you know that liches exist, and they are incredibly intelligent undead.
Well, that a wizard might create intelligent undead.
It seems like a logical step that they would want servants that can help think.
Yeah.
You know, muscle's great, but it'll only get you so far. Sometimes you need to delegate.
I wouldn't be surprised that a sufficiently powerful spellcaster could create undead that are capable of thought. Presumably, they would still be under the control of the caster, otherwise giving them that capability could be quite dangerous, but he seemed to be serving the creature possibly happily. I didn't get a chance to tell.
Well, no, he's dead now, so.
Yup.
He's gonna stay that way, right?
I certainly hope so. Ash.
Possible. Question. Is it feasible that that might be the king, based on their adornments and, well, race?
Except that he came in here saying that his master had tolerated our presence for long enough.
I believe the King of Garland is what Cyrus meant, not the master of this.
It does appear to be a gnome.
The corpse of him.
Ash waits for the chatter to die down a moment and then says, based on the visual appearance of it being a gnome and well-dressed and well-spoken, it is not outside the realm of possibility, Scholar, that it could be the former King Silas of Garland.
So then that would make this lich possibly what was the initial downfall of the city.
That's what Ash said. That these liches destroy the surrounding area.
It is a very real possibility. And I am making note of it. I do not know beyond that what exactly this creature is or what its abilities are, but it appeared during your fight that it could cast spells, such as Dispel Magic.
Well, hopefully there's not too many more like that one.
I wonder whether they could cast magic in life and that ability was preserved, or if they were granted that ability in their undeath by the Lich.
That's an extremely interesting question, Scholar, but we would have only one way of knowing that I can think of.
Ask one of the necromancy professors at the university.
There are two ways of knowing, perhaps.
I much prefer that second way.
But
Does
if
anyone know Speak with Dead?
Is anyone a cleric?
Isn't it a spell wizards can cast as well?
I don't know. Where's Christopher when we need him?
Is it a wizard spell too? It probably is.
I don't know who Christopher is.
No, it is not a wizard. It's a bard spell and a cleric spell. So, can you?
You need Drugzar.
Jebel's just going to ask her, are you done with that body now?
Are you done with that body?
That is a strange question.
I would like to have the chance to detect magic on the items that adorned the body, but I believe we have learned all that we can from it.
Are you going to detect magic, and are you going to cast it as a ritual? And have you figured out how much time all of that will take?
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. That is going to be done after the long rest, because given the casting Dimension Door, casting Teleportation Circle, Dimension Door again, and all of that, it's getting in this fight. It's getting close enough.
To an hour that it's worrisome. Okay, so
if he's done with the body, Jebel's going to drag it over into like a corner and burn it and say a small prayer in Gnomish.
Okay, you do so.
Raiken will ask Leah to prestidigitate him so all the Yukikaze's blood from his sword is off of him.
Sure, but won't he bleed more afterwards?
I don't want to clean you because he's gonna bleed more.
That's why he's sleeping on the ground this time?
There's plenty of sand on the ground. I'm sure that will be useful.
I'm gonna wear the red armor so they can't see me bleed.
The blade is still dripping blood as Yukikaze stands there. You also see that as he upturns the sheath, several ounces of blood pour out onto the sand from that as well.
Yeah, so I clean them, but I still stand by my statement.
I'm not going to sleep next to Yukikaze.
Me neither.
Me neither. He's sleeping outside, I'm telling you. Doesn't have to be outside the room, just outside the cart. I don't want you to get blood all over the upholstery. I heard they paid good money for that.
Speaking of sleep, this is only like 3.5 hours until I have to get up again.
Yes, no, I've been trying to get us to the end here. I think that we can have everyone go back to their resting. Okay, cool. So, that will conclude that session. We'll have to find out how the teleportation circle thing goes next time.
It is true. One day
So-
we'll actually get to it.
What happened eventually?
There's something that I'm going to want to chat with you about offline.
Okay. Alright, everybody can take a whole bunch of experience, actually. 2,850.
Oh, whoa.
That is a lot.
Alright.
So,
You're leveled up now, right?
manage XP. Is this number correct? This number is correct. So 2,000 how much?
850, I'll write it down.
Boop. I need some level up music.
I have dung.
Less than 18,000 to go.
Sorry, hold on. Oh,
I'm like a quarter on the way to 11:11 already.
I mean, that was a good chunk. There were a lot of things.
249, that's all I need.
That was Cyrus, Raiken, and Jebo. Took out a huge chunk of those.
Yeah, I like.
Area was incredibly useful for this.
I did my job. I blew crap up with fire.
I was just sitting on the statue and like knocking down 2 skeletons.
I got shot the shit out of.
And then you were-
Yeah, and then you
I
got
liked it.
anti-shot, and then
And
yeah.
I went from 48 to 13.
I mean, Raiken dented his armor, like destroyed tons of skeletons, including an owl, and burned the tail of his tiger.
Yeah, I will say that this entire pile of powder that you guys had been hoping to retrieve there, Vendar, that is gone. It was completely consumed in the blast.
It was worth it.
We kind of figured that.
It was like 15 pounds of powder.
That's exactly why I left it there. It was my plan all along.
That was the plan all along.
Those bastards at the start of the fight dropped me from like 33 hit points to 8.
Oh. Wow.
They just kept running up and stabbing him.
You gotta shapeshift more, man. Shapeshift.
You guy dying over there, Raiken?
Yeah. I had a bit of a cold.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's probably. And I was so busy trying to figure out how to modify my AC that I forgot that I could, use my
Override it.
reaction, or the reaction to attack of opportunity.
Yeah, but you can only do that once per turn.
Yeah.
Ooh, I get a new meta magic. What do I want?
I did like how the thunder gun did more damage to me than the skeletons did.
I mean, you crit with it, so it doubled its explosive damage to you as well. And then you rolled really poorly on your save.
Yeah.
Wow,
I guess
but
it evens
roll
out.
Save? That's a new one.
He rolled a 1 on a save.
Do I get another one of these later? I do, but not for like another 2 years.
I'm
so
just-
better make this one count.
I'm just glad that Raiken finally got to find out that it deals thunder damage all around him.
Yeah, I'm not talking him out of that.
Yeah, so just everybody has to be clear of me.
Literally, when he fired it, the entire wagon rattled and shook and jumped off the ground. I think
so
there's like a
glad
significant crack down that wall where he was holding it.
I'm so glad I was away at that time. I was like,
Well, because you moved, I was like, oh, okay, I could just go over here and shoot it.
Boo! The real test of the thunder. It was
yeah. Go on.
It was funny because you and Vendar were just standing 10 feet apart the entire time, so you couldn't experience the thunder damage when you were practicing.
So I think I'm gonna get Settle Spell for my new meta magic feature.
Cool.
Well, I'm gonna go.
Alright, bye.
I get another cantrip too.
He finally can do more than just ice.
Or I could get Mage Hand.
Or you could get something other than ice.
Or you could get another ice.
Yeah, get the ice one again.
Then I
You
could
cast
cast
them
it
for
twice.
both hands, just one at a time.
Yeah.
We get a poison one because that would be so useful.
You already have Unseen Servant.
Yeah, but Unseen Servant takes 10 minutes to cast.
It can also do more than Mage Hand can.
Yeah.
I probably need to pick a cantrip as well.
I should totally get Chill Touch.
Yes, you should definitely get Chill Touch now. So you have... Doesn't it do necrotic damage?
It does.
But hey, at least it's not a touch spell.
Wait, you create a ghostly skeletal hand in the space of a creature within range, make a ranged spell attack against the creature to assail it with the Chill of the Grave. On a hit, the target takes 1d8 necrotic damage and it can't regain hit points until the start of your next turn. Until then, the hand clings to the target. If you hit an if you hit an undead target, it also has disadvantage on attack rolls against you until the end of your next turn. I should take Chill Touch.
It is a decent cantrip.
It's just like, oh yeah, you can't heal.
Okay, so here's the real question, guys. Do I roll or take the average?
That depends.
I
Do you
always roll.
want to be a coward and take the mathematically superior route, or do you want to live on the edge and have some fun?
Live on the
For me,
edge.
those might be one and the same options.
Or wills me to roll.
I take the average, because I'm a coward.
I don't know. You rolled that one time and it didn't work out for you.
I've rolled all
last
of
time-
them. I rolled the once in
Farwalker.
Farwalker, but Laramentis has always taken average.
Yeah.
All my rolls have been good.
That's why I said you rolled that one time and it didn't work out for you.
So, I guess Firebolt.
I rolled, I got a 5. Works for me.
5 on a d8.
Chill Touch.
5 on a d6.
Oh, yeah, no, that's really good then.
Or Mage Hand. It's wonderful.
Sorcerers have tiny hit points. I just have very good constitution.
I mean, no matter what, next
I tried
level I'll have
playing it
100.
earlier, but I guess my laptop decided nope.
It was an
I
interesting
said-
comment.
I said, good job tonight, guys.
Yeah, that was all me.
It wasn't all you. It was like 1/3 you.